I just took a break, okay, and now it's back to work. God made a way, that's the only way it worked. I'ma walk this way till they put me in the dirt. May your kingdom come as in heaven on this earth to me. It's now it occurred to me. Hell gon' burn like third degree. If you know your herstory, Jesus paid that purse for me, and he took that curse from me. If you think that's perjury, boy, you better learn to read. Ayy, me and my baby girl in one accord, call that double dutch. I've been walking with the Lord, can't be doing such and such. Wait, I took a minute, but now I'm back in it. If God isn't with it, I don't wanna visit. I went independent and started repenting and cut out that fake. I just took a break, okay, and now it's back to work. God made a way, that's the only way it worked. I'ma walk this way till they put me in the dirt. May your kingdom come as in heaven on this earth, earth, 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 as in heaven on this.
Too many perks to being a child of God, I can't pop one. It's too many songs, not about the crown, I can't drop one. If God pull the trigger, something gon' happen.
All right, what it do, what it do. Welcome in.
Okay, gotta pay my dues, I know he gon' reimburse me. I can't hide my love for God, Brody, you can search me. Horoscopes and dreams.
How y'all feeling? What is good? W's in the chat. Welcome back. Welcome back to another New York Live session. Breakthrough time. Breakthrough time.
As I get bigger, I minimize. Had to take me a break, it's too many lies. Now I'm back to it like a 9
I just took a break, okay, and now it's back to work.
Okay. We good to go. We good to go. Welcome in. Welcome in. What up, Energy? Z Gamer in the building. There he is. What up, OnlyBands? All right. How you guys feeling? Clubhouse. What it do? What it do? Wokey in the building. Jay Coop. Mr. Cole is here. All right. Welcome, welcome. What up, Danky P? Vivian Young in the house. Let's go. Let's go. The Big M is here. What's up, Moonchild? What's good? What's good? YouTube, how we feeling? Good to see you guys. Good to see y'all. Welcome back. Welcome back. We got Papa Trump speaking today, yeah? Trumpy Trump is in the house, man. Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everybody in attendance at the moment. Welcome in, welcome in. Give the stream a like here. Sub to the channel if you're not already. OGH in the building. There he is. K Sourcing. I see ya. I see ya. What's up, Katie? What's up, Connor FX? There he is. All right. Wow. Scotty C in the house. What's up, Vicky? Mr. Playbook. Mr. Lopez. All right. All right. Let's go. Mr. Oh, wait. Is that my high school teacher? Hey, my high school teacher's here today. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Sandman in the building. There he is. Let's go. Let's go. All right, FX Champ, how you feeling? How you feeling? All right, we got some news coming out here. Looks like it just dropped, and we got some Trump speaking, and we got some work to do. So let's go ahead and pray over that work real quick, and then we'll begin the session here. All right, let's do it. Father God, we thank you for another New York session, Lord. I thank you for bringing people together from all over the world. I'm so happy and grateful that more and more and more people continue to flood this live stream. Thank you for speaking through this microphone to give their ears exactly what it is that they need to hear in the exact divine moment that they need to hear, Lord. We thank you. I pray a blessing over each and every individual as they continue to move in and out of this stream today. I pray that you would not only bless them on the desk, but off the desk as well. Lord, we give you the glory for all the work, all the success, all the lesson, the wisdom that's been carried on through here, and we thank you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's begin. Let's begin. So, back to work we go here. It is Tuesday. It is the 21st of April. And it's another day, another opportunity for us to be patient, to be disciplined, to do our job, really. You know, we got a job to do here today, and we're going to do it. So, nothing in Asian last night. We actually did avoid a loss last night, which was nice. And again, that just goes to show you that all you have to do is not really settle for those okay low probability trades and simply just wait on the high probability ones, right? And that's how you keep green on the board. That's how you stay profitable, and that's how you just go about your business very, very quietly, living your life through these trading profits. So let's go. Let's get with it here, all right? And those of you guys that ain't on that boat, let's get on that boat, and let's get on it today, baby. It's the 4th month, almost the 5th month of the year, and I know you made plans to get on that boat in January, so let's get on it and let's stay locked in and stay on it. All right, stay disciplined, my friends. Today is another day to stay disciplined, to be patient here. And again, we do have some news coming in. I think it just dropped here. We got retail sales. You've got Trump speaking here in just a little bit, and then we'll have some 10 a.m. Fed stuff here. So pretty interesting day ahead of us, probably the bigger day out of the week when it comes to volatility and red folders. And why don't we get into it? We got green numbers here on the dollar. Do we see gold move down? Do we see price push up to kind of dial this news in and then move down? We will see. So let's jump into the technicals here. If you guys can, give the stream a like, sub to the channel for me, and let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, up and down, little wicksaw candle here for news. That's okay. Let's work our way down here. Let's start at the daily and let's move ourselves down. Let me just move some chats over. Let me know about the music real quick. I think it should be good, but you guys tell me. You tell me. Good? Yeah? Okay, great. All right, sweet. Thank you, thank you. And Philippe is here. Philippe is here. Okay. Guys, not even the other meme characters. This is how hard it is to be disciplined. Not even the other memes could make it here long term. It's all Philippe. Like, it's all Philippe is the most consistent one of them all. Miss Aunt Jemima, whatever her name was, she's gone. There was another one that's gone. There's only I'm telling you, you really got to lock in to separate yourself in this game here, man. All right, so let's lock in here for a breakdown. Let's talk about gold, and we'll move into a couple other pairs in just a minute, but let's see what we got. Let's see what we got here. So I want to refresh your memory here on gold, and just continue to draw your attention to the range, right, that we came out of. I'm actually going to lower the music slightly here. I want to draw your attention to the range that we came out of, which was right in here, right? So one thing that we are doing, if we did have that previous range here, was you had resistance, you had support. Price broke out of the zone. Now, when we broke out, we had a bit of an issue going on, which was no top wick on that daily breakout candle, right? So no top wick, also no bottom wick, right? So usually this is going to cause some confusion on the following candles. So you may say, Nick, we consolidated here. We broke out of the range. Why didn't we push up, right? That's why, right? Because we didn't have a top wick. We didn't have a lower wick. It was a very awkward, just not a normal candle, right? So what do you know? The next candle pops itself up, works its way back down, and then this candle closes a bearish with no bottom wick, right? So you can see where the confusion is starting here now, right? Now this candle moved up, broke the highs. You still never got a closure above this resistance over here to the left, and then we gapped, right? Yesterday's candle closed very awkwardly bullish, and now today we broke the highs, but we're unable to move up yet, and now we are starting to move back down. So will we continue to retest this overall resistance, right? Or do we want to get back into that zone and continue our move down that we started from a couple weeks back here, right? Could this be the lower high that the daily time frame is looking for in order to continue its move down? I think if this candle can close back below the range, then we can start talking about that move. But until then, you're really just retesting this area. So we do need a closure back below, right? That could happen on today. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. If we do, we're looking at a wick fill and a beautiful move down, as price has shown us that we cannot break through the highs here, right? So we'll see about that. That's a lot to try and predict here today, but ultimately that's the story, right, that's taking place here on this higher time frame. Is we're just chopping around, we're very confused, we're retesting this level right here, but we're unable to break free. So we'll see where the daily wants to go. I am bullish with all that being said, based off of the previous candle, which was yesterday's closure, which is right here, I think if we can make this lower wick, start moving ourselves up, break that high here, you'll have a wick to fill and then a potential move up towards 50-40 up there. So whether that happens today or today and tomorrow, I'm not too sure. But let's go drop down here to the 4 hour. Let's try and get some guidance here on the session. We can really go either way at this point on this daily time frame. So let's get some help from the 4 hour here. 4 hour is bearish. So we have finally gotten through that zone there. So this was where we left off in Asian, right? You had this bullish closure here. Price tried popping up, and then we just rejected, right? We came down. Next candle just melted off with no top wick. We were looking for the sells there, but we got nothing. So if you notice here, there is a little bit of a fake out, right, on this 4 hour chart. There's a fake out right there where you had a bullish candle close above, right, close back in the range. So it's no surprise now that we've pushed through this level of support. So I think the hard work has been done. We've closed below. We've got a wick to fill here, and pretty clean range coming down on the 4 hour chart. So let's go ahead and take a look at the 1 hour here so we can see what that range is currently looking like. So 1 hour is trying to give us a resistance here. So you got a little bit of a nice push down here, right? So nice push down. Price creates support, right? We also have a resistance if we look left sitting right here, and that is pretty much our 1 hour range at the moment. So if we notice, there's a lot of clean range moving up towards the left hand side here from the top. If we look below that white line, there's also a lot of clean range down here, right, to move down. So let's see what price wants to do in this overall zone. It's a little choppy right in here, but let's take a look at the 30-minute, see if there's anything clean in that area. If not, then we can mark off that zone and simply wait our turn here tonight or today. So support here, right below that support, you have a clean wick to fill all the way down into 47.55. You're good for partials all the way into 47.74 here today. You'll have a wick to fill potentially as well, and that is what's holding price up here. Now if we look for the buys here, we do have resistance at 48.14. And yeah, 4 hour is bearish, so probably not going to be anything too crazy in terms of the buys in this range, but here's the play that I'm really looking for. So some sort of a bullish closure here. We kind of get jammed up in this overall consolidation to the left. Maybe we do something like this, right? Buyers start to step into the market, very similar to yesterday, right? And then we get that closure below, something like this, where we break those highs. We get this type of closure below, high time of volume, 4 hour direction, a wick to fill. This will work well here for me today. So that is pretty much the move that I want to see happen. That's the one I've got drawn up here, and that's the one that I will look to execute here today if we can get that closure. So other than that, the buys look good above 14. It's going to be tough to get bullish before that today, just simply because the 4 hour is bearish, right? 4 hours extremely bearish. We've already went up, broke the highs, we broke the lows here, so got to keep that range to buy for myself here today, and then yeah, clean sells below. So that's it. That's pretty much it. We'll see where price wants to go. It would be nice. This closure wouldn't be the greatest right here. It would be much better if we can get exactly what I drew out. So some sort of bullish candle to close here, a break of the highs to activate buyers in, right? Get them involved. And then this candle right here, that closure would be the sell that I would love to take here today. So that's my plan. That's my plan. If it doesn't look anything really like that, then it doesn't have my name on it. So that's one thing I know. And the buys above 14 are probably going to work best, because at that point we're starting to creep up and re-break that 4 hour high. And there's a very, very high chance that if we come all the way up now and break that 4 hour high, it will not stop right there, right? If this thing makes its way all the way up to break the high, it'll most likely break that high and get a good push. So that would be our closures on the lower time frame and that nice clean push we're looking for. So that is that, my friends. That is Goldie. So be careful in this range, but outside of this range we will get to work. All right. Eyes. Oh yeah, Iris. That's right. Iris was her name. Oh, I forgot about her. I'm sorry. Did I call her Aunt Jemima? That was terrible name. Terrible name. Wow. Yes. Good morning, Alex. Good morning. Good morning. All right, cool. So that's pretty much it. That's what we got cooking on gold. And look, I mean, okay, so 30 closure below would not be bad, and I would probably have to get involved in that just because it would be a 1 hour closure below. But I would lower my size just slightly if I don't get what I'm looking for there, right? So if I don't get that support first on the 30, okay, basically if I get a support on the 30, this is the way I see it. Support on the 30, right? Liquidity grabbed, high volume time, 9:30, right? We grab this, we come here, we go like that. We close below, and now you got the 9:30 candle showing up. This is where I risk $10,000 on a trade. Boom. That's 10K, right? If we just get this right here and we don't get that support, I still like this trade. If we get a 1 hour top wick, I still like this move. I'll still enter. It's still a playbook position, but I'll probably risking like 4 to 5K, right? So instead of risking 100, I'll risk 50. Instead of risking 1,000, I'll probably risk 500. So the better trade would be off the resistance and the breakout, but this trade isn't bad as well, and I think I'd have to take that too, just because it's simply a part of the system. Yeah. Cool. Good question, though. Good question. Yo, what up, Roberto? How are you, brother? How are you? How to pull out consistently 1K a week. Show up every day and look for the best trade that you can of the system. Do not take anything other than that. Do not settle for crappy trades. Do not settle for closures that aren't outside of the range. Do not settle for the direction against a higher time frame. Like, you know, dot your I's, cross your T's, and take your trades. That's how you get payouts. That's how you get withdrawals. That's how you get them from top one, top step, Tradeify, all of them. That's how you make money in trading. The loss we avoided during Asian. Hey, how'd you know about that? Oh, wait, did I say that on the stream today? Yeah, that was, okay, so where was that at? That was on the 15-minute time frame, and that was right here. So it was an okay trade. We wanted to see, and look, this is not easy to stay out of, right? It really isn't. And again, this is why very few people make money in trading, and this is why I keep harping on you guys about, oh, show up to only look for the best trade. You guys are probably like, all right, like what else? Like nothing, nothing else, G. So it's very difficult to stay out of this trade, but we know that in 15 minutes we have a 1 hour closure, we have a 30-minute closure, and we get the 15-minute closure, right? So that means we would possibly have gotten a 30-minute support in which we did not have yet, right? And that it was 8:45 right here as this new candle opened up. So that means we would have a 9 p.m. open, right? Which again is the higher time frame when it comes to the higher time of volume when it comes to the Asian session, right? I'd rather trade at 9:15, 9:30 in Asian than 8:45. So the other thing too is my data says that I just can't hit at 8:45. I just can't. Just for some reason I'm always off on 8:45, right? It's not I'm saying that, it's because the data states that, right? So it's very difficult, man. You get a candle here with no lower wick, and then you get a bullish support, right? So any new trader, I would expect to, get involved here. But as I was saying, you're going to get a 1 hour closure. You're going to get a 30 closure. We're going to have more information at that point. Plus 8:45 is very known to grab liquidity, to look good but not be good, right? So what's the plan here, right? You want to see a lower wick and then a move up, and that would be okay, but it would have been much better off the 30. So simple patience here, right? So what do you know? The next candle opens up. It does make a lower wick, and it does break the highs, right? Breaks the highs right there. Now you go in. So this is your trade now, basically, right? And this is just settling for an okay trade, right? It's again, there's a better trade or there could be a much better trade if you just wait things out a little bit. So now you get in here, you go a couple pips into profit, and then you close back in drawdown. Anyone love closing in drawdown? Anyone? You close in drawdown with a weak bullish candle. All right, and now you got a new hourly candle that shows up. And look at this. I mean, just the very next candle, right, ends up driving down, completely just demolishing any stop loss that would have been there when you could have just waited. So those of us that waited here and we listened to the data and we understood that 845 is not our time to shine, and we were willing to admit it, right, and stay out of that trade, we avoided a loss. So that means today in the New York session, we don't have to recover that loss, right? We don't have to make up for that. We don't have to cover ground here, right? We can start fresh. We have a fully loaded clip here in New York session to get to work with, right? So that's the trade that we avoided. And again, we drew this whole thing out knowing that this is likely to happen at 8:45 for the new hourly candle open. So thank God we didn't take that, right? And price just continued down. So anyone that just tried to move their stop losses, right, good luck, right? It's blown account, a lot of blown accounts here. So it's just not worth it. You know, it's not worth it. So it's always good to follow the plan and, you know, listen to the data and wait for the A-plus setups, like the best ones. All right, 4 minutes on a closure. We'll see how we do, but this is what we're looking at here on gold. Yes, there you go. Am I still enrolled in MFU? Yes, actually, yeah. I still am. I haven't gone on there in a long time, but I'm still in. I'm a life member. Life member. Sorry you're late. Nah, you're good. You're good. We can start now? Okay, thank you. Yeah, you took a W by not taking the L. That's very true. Absolutely. Great way to look at it. You know, I feel like we did our job, right? We showed up and we did our job last night. Our job was to stay out of that market and avoid that low probability setup at 8:45. That was our job, right? If we would have had a setup show up, we would have executed on a trade. But at the end of the day, our job is to observe and make the best decisions at the desk, and we did one hell of a job at that last night. It's not easy to stay out of those trades. Previous 15 closing with no bottom wick, right? But bullish support being formed. It's not easy, but it's worth it. What's up, Johnny Gems?
Yo, what's up, Nick? How you feeling, brother?
Hey, how are you?
How you doing?
Great to see you.
I'm amazing. Feeling blessed and highly favored. How are you feeling?
Same. Times 2.
Hey,
times 2, baby.
Times 3.
Three times 3.
All right. Times 12.
Times infinity. Yeah. Nah, who remembers being a kid? Great, who remembers being a kid? Come on. We need more guys. We need more kids. Really, we need more kids.
Really though, times infinity, man. That's facts. Let's go. What's up, chat? How y'all feeling?
Times infinity.
Happy Tuesday.
Let's get it.
Let's go. Another day to follow the plan and get better as a trader. Get 1% better.
I don't see why not. We got 24 hours ahead of us. We got an 8-figure trader goal. Why not get better? Why not move closer to it?
Why not strengthen our habits here today? Yep.
Hero of the day. There he is.
What's up, hero?
There he is. I'm trading on high risk to feed my family.
Hey, that's what we got to do.
My cap is amazing. Gifted to you? Oh, man. You know, if we were live right now and we were like, in an auditorium or something like that, I'd throw it out to you, brother. I really would. If I could throw it through the camera, I would. How am I feeling today? Yeah, blessed and highly favored times infinity. Yeah, feeling worthy of God's love. Feeling worthy of God's favor. Worthy of God's abundance. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm really liking these ranges here too today. I like the plan.
I
got the same plan as well.
Good.
Just stay out of this range. Look for those sells off resistance, buys above resistance. I like it.
Yeah, me too. Everything looked good, man. Yeah, there's a bit of a no trade zone here today. Little red zone. Yeah, because it's going to be tough to take buys here with that 4 hour being so bullish anyway. But everything's Gucci right here. Everything's Gucci. Everything looks good. Yeah, we got nice clean ranges to move up and down.
Yep, and thanks to our patience and discipline, we avoided a couple losses, and you're so right. An avoided loss is basically a winning trade, you know, because the money, you know, the money does the same thing, staying in the account for us rather than being out of the account. So,
Yes, sir.
you know, patience and discipline is number one priority here today because it's going to help us avoid losses, not only win trades.
Yeah, somebody asked last night, agent, like, yo, when did you know you were like on the right track? And it was when I looked back, really, like just long story short, when I looked back and I seen a bunch of really good results. And I'm like, okay, I must not be getting lucky here, right? Because if I was getting lucky, I wouldn't really be able to do it so consistently. Like some of you guys know, like I kind of just looked back in the last like 4 to 5, not like maybe in 2020 or whatever it was, 2021. I just looked back and, you know, I realized that I was actually pretty profitable for like the last couple weeks. And I started to realize the only reason I was profitable was because I was doing a really good job at trading the system, you know, that Raja taught. So at that point, a shift happened and I immediately began to focus on performance over outcomes, and I have never looked back since then. So from that, basically from that time to now, I can care less about the outcome of any individual trade, and I'm much more concerned, and I prioritize the performance and the quality of the trades I take. And that has ultimately taken on a life of its own, built me tons of momentum, and has gotten me to the point I am today. So it was all about getting my eyes off the outcome of the trade and focusing on the performance and the quality of the trade that I was taking. Like this right here. You know, 30 closure. We wanted it. We wanted it so bad, but we didn't get it. So what do you do now? What do you do, right? I know what I do. I wait because my plan is sells below here closure or buys above here closure. So now I just simply wait. But most traders can't do that. Not that they can't do it, they just won't do it.
Slight edge.
Nice shirt.
Thanks, man. Dream maker.
Yes,
That's what it
sir.
says, dream maker. That's what we're doing. We're making dreams happen.
Yes, sir. Hey, look, you know, it may sound funny, it may sound repetitive, but what I just told you right there just made my dreams come true in life. Made a lot of my dreams come true in life because I focused on the performance and not the outcome. So I know it sounds repetitive, I know it sounds mundane, but this stuff changed my life, gang. That's why I'm sharing it with you guys. It's has a lot of responsibility for the trader I am today. All right, if I continue to focus on the outcome and try to get the results that I'm currently getting, I probably wouldn't have gotten them, right? But because I chipped away day by day, slowly by slowly, inch by inch, right? I didn't try and size up too quick. Played my game where I should eventually get here, right? So if I keep doing that in the next 5 years, who knows? You know, maybe I really truly could be an 8-figure trader, and that's my main goal here. So we'll see if we can get it done. But we'll be doing it live, baby.
That's all we're doing.
Yes, sir.
Like we said, 1% better today. One day here, patience and discipline, that's what counts most, and then we do it again tomorrow, and then the compound effect is just going to work for us and be long-term winners. So it's impossible to not win, you know, when you do the right things every day.
Almost impossible, right?
Basically. Yeah.
How many accounts would you say you've blown? A lot, G. A lot. Over the last like 3 years, to be honest, not too many, but before that, I had my fair share.
There was a time I remember Nick blowing like multiple accounts in a day.
Oh yeah.
Like over 2.
But you know, I was also I started. I believe it or not, it actually skilled me up, right? Because again, you know, one thing my mentor taught me early on was, yo, Nick, the quicker you fail, the quicker you win. The quicker you fail, the quicker you win. So like it kind of did work for me in trading as well, because I just went through so much failure very early on in my career that I learned, right? And again, I was so obsessed with it. So I wasn't the guy that blew the account and then like took a break from trading for 3 days to get my life together. That wasn't what I was doing. I was right back at it, right? The same session sometimes. I get a new account, boom, get right back to it. So I had a lot of trial and error condensed. You know, I learned very early on that success loves speed. It loves like explosion, you know what I mean? So I wanted to get out there and, you know, fail as quickly as I could and ultimately get over the hump, right? And get over to the other side to where I can start seeing the markets clearly and, you know, in a way where I can make money. So yeah, it was a lot, man. It was a lot, and it was quickly. It was very early on. I had a bunch of money saved, and that money quickly dwindled once I started moving through those blown accounts. So I guess we could say a lot.
Yep. And it's like what Think and Grow Rich says. Like, that's why it's so important to fail, because Think and Grow Rich, I remember, said that every failure brings with it the seed of an equal advantage, right? Or a seed of success. And
Yep.
it's not like, it's not the whole tree. It's the seed, right? It's something you can plant. There's something in that failure that you can plant within yourself that's going to help you grow success, you know? But you have to look for it, right? And that's why being a positive thinker is so important, because when you go through some adversity and you have a positive mindset, you'll find the best out of it. That's why I believe Nick is a winner. You know, Nick's winning, you know, and is successful as heck because he has that positive mindset. And, you know, we talked about this too a couple of streams ago, but like, if you don't have a positive mindset, it's basically impossible to win at that point, right? Because how are you you're not gonna be looking for good anywhere to find it. So
True.
yeah, I agree, man. Fail forward, fail quickly, and have a positive mindset and be a long-term thinker.
Yep.
That's gonna be very good stuff right there.
Yes, sir. Yes, it is. Got to be a long-term thinker. You got to stay positive.
You do. And if you aren't positive yet, you know, I wasn't either. I know Nick wasn't. That's because of the environment we grew up in, but we could change that, you know. You could change, and it takes a little bit of self-effort and some exercise, but with time, like here in trading, you'll get results, right? And time will tell. And yeah, just exercise your muscles to think positively, your mind muscles to think positively every day, and over time you'll be thinking positively. Easy.
Yeah. Takes time though, you know. Chill.
Yeah.
Slight edge, just like anything.
Just like here in trading, we're exercising patience and discipline. Not many people were good at being patient and disciplined when they first started trading, but
Yep.
now over some years of practicing it, you become a lot better, right? Same thing there.
Yep, it takes work, it takes training. The mind needs to be trained. It needs to be trained, it needs to be programmed. It already has been, you know, but now you got to direct it.
Yeah.
Now you direct it.
Sir.
When did you start strengthening and deepening your connection with God? I mean, forever, but you know, once I stopped looking for God outside of me and I started realizing he's within me, everything changed, right? Now I wasn't listening to the noise, I wasn't listening to other people's opinions and their ideas, but I was getting it from the stillness, from the intuition, from the presence, you know, the quiet solitude. And the more I slowed down, the more I was actually able to listen and realize that voice that's guiding me is right within, right? So I realized, just like Jesus did, that, you know, there won't be oh, look there, look here, but it's within you, right? And once you realize it's within you, now you can deepen that connection, right within. So there's nothing to be chased or searched for. Everything is right behind your own eyelids. Right behind your own eyeballs, baby. Had to access training. I need help. Just come here every day. Come here every day. This live stream will certainly help you. These days I'm only trading the London session. Should I start trading the New York? Nah, not really. If it like messes up your schedule and it doesn't, you know, serve you well, then no, I think London's fine. You really only need one session, you know, one, or I like 2 sessions. I think 2 sessions a day is really good.
Yeah, I agree.
You lost money in Asian? What'd you do? What trade did you take?
It was trade you take.
Was it a buy? Was it a sell? 15 supports? Yeah, because I was mainly looking for executions off the 30 here. I want to see if we can lay up here at 9:30, so that's mainly why. But we might, if we get a 915 closure below, I like these sells here too. So we'll keep it there for now. We'll keep it there for now. I keep making money and losing it on my funded. Will I ever pass? Yeah, I mean, that's part of the process, you know. Everyone says, hey, man, I just got into trading. What I'm so excited. What should I expect? I'm like, uh-oh, how do I break it to them? Okay, you're going to lose a lot of money very, very, in a very short period of time here right now. So you're going to have to get in and learn. So what I would say is you're most likely going to start doing a bunch of losing, right? And that losing is going to show you how to win, so be ready for that. So you're going to make money and then lose that money, make money, lose that money. Every new trader goes to that. Here's what I did and what the greats will do. They'll make money, lose money, make money, lose money, and then they'll ask themselves a question. Why am I losing the money? Why am I making the money? Right? And then you start to figure out what works and what doesn't. And then you stop doing what doesn't work and you stop doing what does work, and then the money follows. Boom. But you can't really skip through this process. Even if you got me here on the live stream, you're still going to do that little stuff over there on your own desk and at your own computer. You know, even if I say, hey, don't, you know, I wouldn't do that, or, you know, this is why I wouldn't do this, or you'll still do it. And okay, and I get that, and that's normal, and that's just part of being an individual, right? So, but then very quickly start to realize this, right? Start to really take into consideration what works and what doesn't work. And then immediately stop doing what doesn't work. This process could take, 6 to 8, 9 months, anywhere in between that time if you do it right and do it proper. If you get a one-on-one coach, this could take, 3 months or 6 months. But either way, it's going to take some time. And as soon as you can figure out where the money's going out, you can stop taking those silly trades and focus on what's bringing the money in. It's the process. This is the work, right? Every trader comes in. We all go through the same little steps. The problem is you think that your situation is individual to you. Like, well, I don't know why this is happening to me. Dude, it happens to every single one of us, right? It's just throughout time, we start to realize, the traders that move on to make money, they ask themselves those questions at a certain point, and they start, doing what works and stop doing what doesn't. And ultimately that begins to help them and help traders become profitable. So just keep in mind, bro, you're like everyone, just like your situation really isn't that unique to you. We all go through the same things. There's no excuses. The good traders figure it out. They dial it in. They do the work, right? And they move on. So give yourself time to grow. Give yourself some time to grow. Done enough losing. Going to start over with trading from the basics. That's a really good idea. Really good idea. Most people, their ego's too big to start over. Their ego's too big to slow down to speed up. But if you can do that, you're halfway there.
Yep. Let's go ahead. MJ Forbes, that's a sign of change incoming, bro.
Let's get it. We believe in you too.
Tired of being sick and tired, bro. You need a change.
Hell yeah. Hey, a lot of people just need to say what he said. I've had enough.
Yeah.
I've had enough. At this point, right? So that's usually, the breakthrough moment is when you finally realize I've had enough. I'm tired of my own BS, and I know the only person holding me back is me. And once you realize that, you can start to make a good plan and solid decisions to get yourself out of that situation. Infinity times 2. Slow down to speed up is what saved my journey. Yup, there you go. Yes, I love that, Elk. Love it, bro. Love it. It was all a dream. London didn't give me an opportunity. Yeah, that's fine. No opportunities, no traits. I mean, that's how it goes. That's how it goes. Sometimes the opportunities don't come while we're sitting together. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they come after the stream or before the stream. It's just like you really can't control when the opportunities arrive. You just, have to put yourself in position to be here when they do. That's all.
That's why I like to tell myself, I show up to follow my plan. I get paid to follow my plan, my trading plan. And that's the main goal of the session. So Sometimes the plan requires me to take a trade. Sometimes it doesn't, right? Either way, it's a W, and I'm doing my job and getting paid at the same time. So that's a great way to think about it, and that's the start of maturity for a lot of traders as well, right? Like starting to, judge your day based on how well you follow your plan, not based on how green your P&L are, or how P&L is, or how red it is, right? But how well you followed your plan. Because even if we had a red day, as long as we followed the plan, it was a W, right? Even if we didn't take any trades, as long as we followed the plan, it's a W. So that's the main job here, main mission for us traders, pro traders.
Yeah, and by the way, that's when it comes to the job, that's one of the hardest jobs to understand. Like it's one of the hardest things to wrap your mind around, that your job is simply to focus on just taking the good trades as they arrive, not trying to go out and make money, right? It's counterintuitive to everything else that we do in life. You're just not used to that working that way, but that's how the game works here. All right, we got some closures coming up. 30-minute candles still gonna stay open here. We do have a 15, and I believe if we re-break that 1 hour and 30-minute low, we could get a push down here at 9:30. So we're gonna need a good top wick though, right? We need the 15 to give us a pretty good top wick, and then off to the races we can go here. So there's 28 seconds left. Let's see if we can get a bit of a top wick. Let me draw out the ideal candle that we're looking for. Something that closes, with a wick here and then ultimately pops up. Something like that type of top wick, and then break of the low, and then that is our entry down here. But let's see if this candle even gives us a wick. No wick. What do you know? All right.
Wow.
Well, that's that. Another decision, another easy decision to be made here. So, wow, unfortunately no sells there.
Job.
All right, well, now we wait. It's okay because break and retest isn't bad here either. Some sort of, move back up here, come up, break, retest this area after, because, again, we never had a closure below. You got to keep that in mind, too. Like on the 30-minute, 1 hour, let me show you guys those time frames real quick. We never had a closure below yet. See? No closure below here. No closure below there. So, we still haven't had a closure below, so no biggie, right? We let this pull back. If it needs to pull back and it stays below 94, then we stay bearish, right? So that's pretty much that. Boom, something like this. We get a nice resistance at that point. We can look to continue our selling idea here. Something like this. We'll have a wick to fill, and yeah, boom. No wick, baby, no wick.
Better.
Yep, that'll work.
Fresh off resistance. Yep.
That's the new plan. The new plan. So in trading, you're going to kind of draw up these little plans, and sometimes you got to X them out. Okay, that one ain't going to work. What's the next idea? You draw that up, and now automatically you know what you're waiting for here.
And that's exactly how you let the candles make the decisions for you, right? Because the way we trade in this strategy, it's all candlesticks, all price action, right? So they have to make the decisions for us, logical decisions for us, right? Based on market structure. That's what makes it logical. And Nick, today, or this closure right here is a great example of how Nick lets the candles make the decision for him rather than him try to make the decision for himself, right? So big key here. If you're new to the system, that's everything we do here. Right?
Yeah. Yep. Candles lead us.
And that takes pressure off you too as a trader, right? Traders
so much
come
pressure.
With pressure on themselves.
All the pressure.
Right? Yeah. It's like, no, the pressure should be on your system to do what it's supposed to do, not you.
Yeah, because someone right now is thinking, and that's the problem. Someone right now is simply thinking, I know it's got no wick. I know the 1 hour 30 didn't, but you know what? Maybe I should. Maybe if it goes down instead, if it flips down, maybe then what I'll do is I'll just put a buy. No, that was never your plan, right? To do stuff. And this is what I used to do. I go, you know what? If it comes back a little bit and then it breaks it, I have to trade this candle right here because I need to make money, right? It's like, you don't have to trade this candle, right? But because I waited, because I wanted that, I would say, okay, you know what? Okay, there it is. Let me now place a buy stop on the break of that high. And if it breaks it, then I'll get in for the buys. And I'll put a sell stop on the break of the low. And, right, That was never the plan. But that's what goes through traders' minds all the time, right? Every single day. And that's why they don't win. So like John said, that candle closed at no wick. Guess who knows they don't have to do a damn thing for the next 15 minutes? Me, John, right? We know now we need a new confirmation. We need to draw up a new little idea, right? And that's exactly what we did. Right away, we drew up a new idea. Why did we do that? Not only to show you guys, but to keep ourselves in check on what the best trade looks like at this point moving forward. So maybe we get something like this, right? If we get that, it's on, right? This will be at 9:45, and we still have a lot of range to continue moving down. But as of right now, no bottom wick. We were looking for sells. Nothing we can do. Nothing we can do. So we just wait.
Yep. Simple.
So simple. Remember in that podcast, I said, look, my playbook is my commanding chief officer. It tells me when to move. It tells me when to stay. It tells me when to trade. It tells me when to wait, right? It is the boss. If I have a boss, that is my boss, is this playbook, because this playbook makes me a lot of money, right? So I want to listen to the playbook because I want to continue to make a lot of money so I can do a lot of great things in life, yeah? I mean, it's logical.
Sure.
It's logical. Anyone feel my logic there? Anyone?
Anyone
feel my logic there? Right? Hey, man, why do you just still stay so close to the playbook? I don't know. Pays me a lot of money. Is that a good enough reason? Yeah, y'all feel the logic in the clubhouse. I dig it. You dig it?
Hell yeah. You want to find yourself not trading pretty much majority of the session, chat, right? Like, we really do, we really do only trade 5% of the session, maybe not even, right? The other 95% of the time, we're literally remaining patient, right? Are you guys, ask yourselves, right? Are you guys patient for majority of your session, right? Because you should be as a pro trader, because pro traders are extremely patient, extremely selective, right? So if you are choosing the, an opportunity to practice more patience like we are right now, according to the system, like that's a good thing, right? You should get into the habit of doing that more often, because a lot of times the best thing to do as a trader is absolutely nothing, right? Because how many times have you heard pro traders say less is more? This is exactly what we're talking about. You don't need to do much here. You need to do less, right? And waiting and sitting out and staying out of the markets is doing less.
Man's posted the meme. Trading is 80% waiting, 10% trading. And then went and overtraded the next session. Like, come on, G. Like, come on. I see it all the time.
Do you not hear me? Yeah, right?
I go, that guy just posted that meme? Oh, my God. If anyone's seen that dude's P&L, what in the world's going on?
Man's really learning before earning.
Let's go.
Yeah, funny.
Let me see here. I have a question about your strategy. Do you wait for weak confirmation when levels break? I wait for strong confirmations. Yeah. So if you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see all the type of trades I take. So I'm either if the market is consolidating, right? Very simple. I'm waiting for breakouts. So I know how to mark up ranges really well. I know how to find the areas in the territory in which I want to trade. So I will wait for like a breakout to the top side and then look to trade whatever zone is to the left. If we're in a ranging market, right? If we're in a trending market, then I'm simply just a trader that is going to buy off supports, right? Buy off supports, sell off resistances, and do things like that. So I'm very big in this strategy has a lot to do with ranges. So another really, really key way that we make money here is, let's say we get into a brand new range here, and then we push, so I don't get that breakout, right? But that breakout ends up working out, filling the range. I'm one of the traders where now I will see if I can get opportunities off of the range too. So if the targets have already been tapped, I like to try and catch like impulse entries on the way back down. If I can see the rejection, if we're in like higher time frame targeted areas, then I will look to take these counter trend trades as well. So mainly trend trading for the most part in these situations, but I will counter trend trade as well from time to time if the opportunity is there for me. So if I see the trend is already at the top of where it wants to go, I have no problem counter trending these moves. It's just got to be logical, and it's got to be professionally set up according to my data and all that. But yeah, other than that, you can watch a video on the playbook. I have a video on my YouTube channel. It's called the Playbook or Playbook 2.0, just to get a little bit more clarity on all that.
I would definitely watch that.
Definitely.
Watch that a couple of times. Study it until it's ingrained in your head. Really.
Yeah, good idea. Happy Tuesday, C. Melly. W golf sesh. Wow, we had a nice 2-day golf sesh, which was lovely. I think we've only played back-to-back once, right? 2 days in a row.
Yeah. That honestly may have been my first time.
What do you say? We go for day 3?
Sheesh, like, I'm down if you're down.
Let me talk to Anna.
Oh, she might not be down. Maybe pickle, if anything.
Oh, pickle?
Or not the... Or just chill. Yeah, man. C-Melly, good job, man. Good game. You played very well. You too, Nick. Played very well.
Thanks, brother.
Yep.
C. Melly gave me 20 strokes. Still tied. But hey, now we know the difference.
That says a lot.
Now we know the difference. So now when we play, we can probably play 20 strokes. Because if he usually averages 80, and I usually average 100, it makes for a good game.
Yeah, definitely.
Me, you, and Joe average about 100.
Yeah, we do.
How does the news affect my strategy? Not much, because I stay out of it. So I stay out of it. I wait for results. I let it get priced in. I'm not the trader that needs to be a part of that big, huge move and all that volatility. I'll get mine, when the right time shows up after the news. So I really don't trade during news. I don't hold positions during news. Very, very rarely will you see me in a position during news. And if I am, I'm typically stuck in that position, meaning like there's no management at the moment. I got in, half hour earlier, and I'm still in the trade. And that's really the only time you'll ever catch me like involved in any news. But other than that, I just let it settle. I let the market absorb it, and then I follow my price action cues.
Yep.
Okay, if we close like this on the 30, are we looking for sells? Just a breakout? Yeah, they'll be pretty good here. Yeah, you got 930 coming up, so we'll see because we need a 30 closure below. We need that. So 4 minutes and we get a closure here. So we'll see how we do. Yeah, a little bit of a tricky 4-hour candle here. Just broke the highs, broke the lows. News was involved in this candle as well. And, the one thing is that we are below that support level right here. So if I get rid of everything, we're staying below that range. We've got a wick to fill. We can, push back down into that daily range here today as well. We're kind of trying to push through it now. So, yeah, sells still look pretty valid. Still looking pretty valid. It really could. It's got 30 minutes left on it, so it's either going to push now or it's going to pop back up there. So we'll see. We still need a closure. We haven't gotten that closure yet. So
yeah. Yeah, I'm chilling.
Sandman, how we feeling?
What's up, Sandman?
Hey, yo, Captain. When you're a boss, you can still do, not 98% of what you want, when you're a boss. So it's all right. Don't stay single because of that, man. Are you sure that's why you're single? Are you sure that's the reason?
I'm sure that's why a lot of people stay single.
Are you sure?
But you're right too. You're right, Nick. Like, you gotta go wife. It's fun.
Hey. Yes, the big M, Proverbs 12:4.
I feel
you already know.
Too.
You already know that. Would I consider a fade entry on the 15 for sells? It wouldn't be really a fade, but it would just be a breakout here. 30-minute candle kind of ranging, right? And then if we break out of the range, we'll have a breakout. We'll have decently clean traffic to the left. We'll have a lot of volume coming in and 4-hour direction. So yeah, I would definitely take the breakout.
Well, yo, what's up, Q? It's good, brother.
Q.
Nice, man. You're the one who got Nick the dad gain hats. Those are sick, bro.
No,
Nice
Scott
hats.
got me one. Scott got me one. I had to order these ones because I
nice
just
stuff.
liked them. Yeah, there's a few other ones. I actually got like 5 or 6 of them. I got a few
Awesome.
different colors. They fit well too.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. Yeah, Mason, bro, for real. Let's see who's behind all my losses in trading. Take off the mask, it's you.
Me. It's me. Yeah, you know, we might actually have
That's
to wait here for like this 15 closure too.
Yeah, we do.
We'll see. We'll see.
I tell people, you want to know the secret of trading? Just go look in the mirror, and then you'll find it.
Where the light at?
Yeah, I like the 15-minute play it off there.
Yeah,
Like,
that wouldn't be
structure.
bad. Yeah, that would be pretty smart.
You know, you got an option. You can either wait for that resistance on the 15-minute, or you can take this wick fill. On the
Sheesh,
30
we
minutes,
might
you
not
get the
even
closure
close. We might not even close
Yeah.
below.
And even if we do, it's kind of like a rejection wick at this point. But
Yeah, that's going to be tough. We're going to have to wait on the 15 here. Yep, big rejections coming into 9:30. Even if it does slightly close below here, yeah, I think we got to wait. 15 closure here would be great. Remember, there's still no 1 hour closure either below, right? So this 1 hour broke the low. We should have continued moving down, not pulled all the way back up. So yeah, we slightly closed below. I don't know if that's going to be enough for me. Maybe if we grab the pack or something like that, that will indicate we should be good. But other than that, I got to wait for 15. So if we can come up and break the highs, I like this trade to move down. If not, probably going to have to wait on that 15 closure there. Yeah, something bearish here. But maybe if we break the highs, maybe. 15 also closed a no top wick, so that's pretty good. We closed below too. All right, let's see if we can get a pack runner here. Little 930 pop up, grab the highs, and then break the low. I think that'll be good. If not, what we could also do is, let's say we wait on this here at 945, right? Some closure like that, and then we can go ahead and take those sells. We did close below, right? We slightly closed below there, but the only way I can get in is if we grab those highs. 30 overextended, yeah, grab the highs. Yeah, if we grab the highs, then I think it's good to go. Do I think adding a little bit of fundamentals to my trading? I mean, my thing is like, do I really need to? I mean, I'm green almost every day. You know.
No, you don't. Let's see.
My thing is like I'm green almost every single day, so I'm thinking like I don't think I want to change anything. Actually, I don't want to know any more about anything, to be honest. Yeah.
Only a fool would change something that works.
Like it's like the thing is, it's like how much more can it like actually help me? I'm literally profitable, literally every single day. For the most part, you know, when it comes to month by month there. So it's like, I don't know. I don't think I really need it.
Just keep it the same, bro, and just enjoy. Just live life doing this, bro.
Yeah.
Let's make it harder on ourselves.
Plus, to be honest, I'm not that into it. I'm really not that like into doing the research on all that. I just never really like. I have a really good knack for reading candles and price action and all that stuff. And you know, I agree. Could I hold on to moves a little bit longer if I knew the fundamental like analysis? Probably, right? But also at the same time, it's like I like what I got going on right here. All right, we didn't break the highs.
Only a fool would change. Only a fool would change what works. Like that just doesn't make any. That's like foolish, my opinion.
Yeah, it just
You put
doesn't.
in a lot of
It
work
just
to
doesn't
find
have to
something
be
that
done.
works, and you got something that works, and now what? You're gonna change it, and you're gonna put in more work to try to figure it out. Nothing to figure out. But there are strategies that work very well with fundamentals, right? I just don't think this is one of them.
Yep. Yes, sir. Sometimes knowing too much isn't necessarily, the best, but could it add a little bit of, could it hurt? Possibly. Could it help? Possibly. So I just, like I said, I think I'm doing okay with where I'm at. So I got something good going here. 15 inverted celery would be awesome. Yeah, if we can get a closure just like that, yeah, that looks great. If we can get the break of the highs, though, I will have a sell stop on the break of that low there. So that'll be the 30 low. If we can break the high, that would be great. I like how we got a no top wick candle on the 15 here as well.
That's definitely working for us. I like that too.
Yes. Don't mess with the money machine.
Yep.
You asking for problems. We don't want no problems. Yeah,
It's like what works and what's simple though too, right? Because if it's simple, it's repeatable. If it's simple, you could come here every day and repeat it. If it's not simple though, you're gonna have a hard time repeating it. And if we want consistent results, then we have to consistently repeat our actions here to get it. So it's another reason I love this system so much and don't need it. We don't need to change it because it's so simple. Let's keep it that way.
Yeah, I think newer traders kind of like consider that like a thing though. Like, yo, I got to learn about fundamentals a lot too. And
Yeah, sure.
I mean, how often do you hear us talk about fundamentals, and how often do you see us winning, right? So do you really need all of it? A lot of it is mainly like a packaged sale too. Like, we'll teach you technicals and fundamentals, so like it sells well, it markets very well, but like, I don't think we need it as much. Is it important for some strategies? Yeah, like especially if you're holding trades longer and stuff, like you want to know, where the fundamental like bias is trying to head. That way you can hold on to some of those trades. But for me, we're looking for the next 15-minute candle and where it's going to go. Usually I don't, have to complicate it too much.
Yes, sir. We tell people, yo, just use Forex Factory and just use that for your fundamentals.
Hey, give me 1 sec. Be right back.
Wait, that. Yeah, when I first got in, the answer to my fundamental questions was to use Forex Factory, right? And when there was a red folder news event, just stay out of the markets and watch, right? Because it can get crazy volatile. So, yeah, I every day before I even do my top-down analysis, Nick as well, you see this on the live stream, we literally look at Forex Factory just to be aware of the news. So we're not in any trades during it because it can get crazy, like I said. And we just sit out, right? We find out when's this news, where is this red folder event at? It's at 8:30, it's at 10 a.m. Okay, so then we're gonna stay out of these times, right? We're gonna stay out of trades at these times. Hopefully we can catch a trade, outside of those times. So that's how we like to go about news here. It's a good question though, if you're a new beginner trader, definitely. Why would you want the pack here? The pack is just good extra confirmation here, right? Because you just slightly got this candle to close below, and the 15-minute has no top wick.
30 overextended too.
30's overextended, right? So things like that gives you just extra confirmation for that. And if we don't get it, that's fine because we could just wait on this 15-minute, right, and play it off the 15-minute, which is fine as well. So, yeah, that's why he was going to wait for the pack, though.
Yeah. Hey, what do you know? Golf Now just hit me up.
Oh, no.
I think it's a sign.
Sheesh, yeah.
They said, looking to book a tea time this afternoon? I might be.
Yeah, I think he is, bro. It was listening to you.
Now that you've brought it up, I might have to do that. Must be a sign.
Man, did you talk to Anna? No. I'm pretty much open though. My schedule is open here today.
All right, sounds good. I got a few things to do after the stream, but maybe we'll hit the range. Maybe we'll hit the range instead of a full game.
Yeah, figure it out. Yeah.
You need to get over to the range anyway.
Yeah, I do, bro. Can't be playing anymore, man. Like You gotta change something in your swing first.
Something's got to give. Something's got to give for Johnny Gems to get back on that win streak.
Hey, yo, bro. Screw you, man. It was 2 games.
Your boy's on a 2-game win streak here, chat. I was trying to be humble about it, but nobody wanted to talk for me. That's messed up. Johnny Gems can't wait to tell you all about the golf rounds over the last couple weeks that he won. Man, Lights Fire's been asking since like 8:30. What up, Lights Fire? Right?
What's up, Lights Fire?
I was trying to humbly not answer the question and humbly not say I just destroyed you guys the last 2 days, but whatever.
Bro. I didn't. Nothing I can do about that one.
All right, can we get a break of the highs? If we can do it, then if this thing comes sending back down, man, it should rip.
Yeah, Gary, man, move down south. You'll be able to play golf every day, man.
Fact.
It's way better that way. Until it gets super hot in the summers.
Devo coming, baby. I stole that. I stole that back. I stole that back.
Yeah, sure, bro. You still got some catching up to do.
Poor guy Lights Fire, man. Been asking the same question, asking you the same question over and over all morning.
Me. He's asking you. Should have answered it.
Well, you're the one that usually answers like the who won.
No.
Well, I mean,
you do.
I guess when you win, you answer it.
Nah, literally the last chat clubhouse. Come on.
I'm glad you guys asked. You know, the one thing about golf is that we have to go through the hey, the one thing about golf is we get hit with the Asian session about it and then the New York. So if you lose, you know you got like a double, announcement coming on. Like, I played like crap.
London too.
Oh yeah, well yeah, that's true.
I go into London, they asked me there as well.
So what'd you tell them today? Or did you skip that question? No, but they're really
But you won out of us.
Okay, I was gonna say because everyone knows C Melly's gonna win. Like, of course, like it's like us trying to play Tiger Woods, but yeah, now it's a good battle. Joey Gems was actually in the mix. He was in the conversation the whole round. Yeah,
you're gonna have some bad days like in golf, and I just had some bad days yesterday, so I'm ready to keep it pushing forward.
Yeah, push it forward. Hey, that's what I've been talking about, right? Performance. Honestly, have I not drastically like gotten not drastically, but slightly better since I'm journaling and tracking all my stuff?
Sure.
Yeah, bro. Because when you're ready to go and you're like, one of the things I track is my fairways. So like I'm like, yo, I gotta hit this fairway. If I drop it over here or over here, I can't even check off I hit the fairway. So when you're so locked in every single tee shot like on that fairway. I mean, yesterday I did decent. I think I hit 12 fairways out of 18. So when you're focused on it and you're journaling, just like trading, right? When you're like, all right, I need the real closure. I need a real top wick so I can check those boxes and make sure I'm good, man. I mean, it goes a long way. So journaling and tracking your stats, whether it's in trading or golf or whatever it is, right? Like it's always going to help you. So I've been journaling a lot my golf. So I think that's where a lot of the improvements are coming in from. I'm going to get John and Joan journals so that they can...
Chad, you're hilarious. Yeah, thanks, bro. That'd be nice for you.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Chad, too funny. Hey, just like I'm a good loser in trading, I'm a good loser in golf, too. I could take it on the chin and
hey,
just
guys,
have a good day.
We got Nick Stewart on the podcast today. Yeah, Nick, so how did it go? Yeah, dropped a couple birdies, couple pars, put him in a full Nelson. Yo, where do you guys get these pictures from?
I know, man.
So funny. Yeah, Candle grabbed the whole range, not just the pack.
See, Melly, bro, I was riding the car with you. What was I saying, bro? I'm like, yo, there's still a lot of game left. One good shot, next best shot. Wasn't stressing much.
Nah, we were all focused.
Part
we were all
game,
just
bro.
focused. Even when I lost, I didn't even care because, again, it's just simply progress.
Yeah, bro. And life as well.
Whoa. Look at that 4-hour candle now, turning around.
Good thing we're being patient here.
Good thing. We might get a bullish 4-hour closure at this point, so we'll see.
That's another reason, Nick, like, I was trying to stay out of that range because that 4-hour was a tough read. That 4-hour closure, tough read, so I was like, I'd rather just kind of get in on the highs and the lows of the 4-hour, which is outside of the range.
Yeah, that's a good idea. 4 hours tough. Broke highs, broke lows. Like a wick. It's like a wick saw candle.
It really is, man. Look at that to the left too. Like sheesh, I had a lot of struggle down there.
Yeah. A couple drops yesterday. A little too many, but is the Viking on? Is the Viking on? Let's take a look. I can't see anybody here. Let's take a look. The Viking. Oh, there's Rafi. Rafi's here.
Rafi.
Good morning, my brothers. How we
Good
feeling?
morning. How are you, bro?
What's up, Rafi? Good morning, man.
Blessed
Feeling
and
great.
highly favored, my guy.
How
Just
you
grateful to be
doing?
back with the winners, with the
How you
family.
doing? Great to
How
have
are
you.
you?
man.
So
And there-
Rafi, what's up, John?
Yo,
there he is.
How you doing, brother?
Magnus.
Good morning.
He's here.
There's the Viking.
There's the
What's up,
Viking.
boy?
Morning, bro.
How
Let's
you
get it.
doing?
Ready to be patient and disciplined here.
That's right.
Likewise.
See, it's a code
Yes,
now.
sir.
It's a way of life now. Magnus, John. It's a hey. I'm ready to come here and be patient, and disciplined. Ready to come here and be patient, and disciplined. Right? It's automatic
Exactly, man.
muscle memory at this
Exactly.
point.
Oh, hell yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
It is.
That's what we program into our TT members here as well. Patience and discipline. We say it every day.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Do you get a sense of direction from the previous 4-hour close? Yes, I do. Yeah. So basically right now our 4-hour if we get rid of all my drawings and stuff, like what you'll see here is a 4-hour closure, or you'll have a 4-hour range, right? So you got a lot of support here. You have a lot of resistance here. So currently we broke out of that range, right? So this candle right here broke us out. So we rejected it so many times, right? And then we finally had one candle step up and actually close below. Now the issue with that candle is closing no bottom wick, right? So that's a big issue when it comes to candles continuing down, right? Will they push down for a little bit? Yes. But ultimately they'll turn back around like this guy did, and just like this guy has done too. So it gets very, very tough, to take those sells after candles close without lower wicks. If we look at, I think it was the 15 too. When we get down there, it had no lower wick as well, right around here. Most likely why price started pushing back up. So although like the previous 4-hour candle, like even this one, it may close bullish, but if it's below the range, it's still going to be tough to really execute on those buys, right? Because we're still below that zone down there, and we're still in this overall range here in this little white zone. So yeah, it's not just about the candle, but about the range as well. So because you could have a bullish candle close, but like if we look and we let's say we color coordinated the ranges here, and this one was a purple range, right? And then this one was a green range. Although we're getting a bullish closure, where in the range is that bullish closure, right? In that green range, it's at the very top, almost as if it's like a roof, like a ceiling, right? So sometimes what'll happen is traders will get confused on the bullish candle, but not realizing where the bullish candle closed, right? So they're assuming I'll take buys as if the candle actually closed back in the purple range, right? Because if you get a closure back in the purple range down here, you have all that range to go. But if you get a closure in the green range, look, we're right here stuck at that ceiling. So a lot of times those buys won't tend to work out and price will remain below. So that's what makes this closure now in 13 minutes slightly challenging. If we close above, we already know, let's wait for a lower wick on the 4-hour and take the buys to move back up. But if it closes below a little doji-ish, that's going to make the rest of the session just a little bit more difficult to get a read on price. Does that make sense? So it's not just the candle closure, but where the candle's closing at. If you have any more questions on that, let me know, and I'll try and answer them as well. Let's talk about the elite. I want to join. It's a year program. It's very hard to get into, extremely difficult. There's probably 35 to 45 applications in there right now, and I'm probably going to pick 2 of them, the best 2 of them as well, based off of what I read from the application. So, yeah, that's the elite program. So you can apply, and then yeah, I'll look through them, and every now and then I'll pick 1 or 2 new people to work one-on-one with.
Pretty sure he's talking about the clubhouse.
He said elite.
I know, but we were talking about the clubhouse.
Oh, about
when
an
he
elite
asked it.
trader. Oh, elite trader club. that's clubhouse and that's elite and clubhouse. The elite trader club.
Exactly.
But now you know then.
Yeah, the elite house of the trade club.
Elite house.
Clubhouse you can get involved in. Just just be serious about your journey, man. Come in the clubhouse, come to learn. I'm gonna teach you everything that you need to get the job done here. It might take 6 months, it might take 8 months, it might take a year for it to go through your mind, but eventually you'll get it. So come in with a student mind and let's level up in your trading.
But
The club,
Fire.
the elite club.
Elite club.
Let's get it.
Yeah, MJ Forbes, let me know if you have any questions, brother. Glad to help you.
Yes. Yeah, unfortunately the elite's no longer just open for anybody. It's got to be like I got to sift through and see exactly who it is I want to work with. The elite clubhouse experience. There you go. Close always is
Yo,
coming.
Andre.
Yeah, exactly.
Good question.
TT merch we're working on it. Yeah, we're actually working on it. We're working on some nice tees.
Fire.
It's gonna. I got someone serious, helping us out. 1 or 2 serious guys now. So yeah, we'll see what we could bring to the table.
Oh, you tell me when, I'll swipe the card. Right then and there.
It's gonna be some nice merch. It's gonna be nice. We're mainly focused on the quality of the clothing, not just what would you guys do if you guys bought a piece of clothing from us and it was like just a regular T-shirt? You know what I mean? So I want to make it special. I want to make it a nice, good. This is a nice brand, fits well and feels good.
It's a
all
Lululemon.
cotton.
Not Lululemon. It's a Fruit of the Loom.
Yeah, I could easily sell you guys plastic merch, right? Recycled plastic, but I wanna make sure it's all cotton and nice and fitted and like Q would say, no turkey necks and all that stuff.
Nice. I love that, bro.
Yeah.
No bacon necks.
Bro, I'll wear them like daily. Here.
Same.
Same, bro.
All right, 4 hour. We got news coming in at 10 as well here, so we'll see how the news comes out. It's a red folder here, so yeah, we'll see.
Andre, man, you think you could take us in pickleball? You play like that? Man might be a pro.
The logo fades away on the first wash. That'd be terrible.
That'd be so funny.
By the way, guys, don't wash it. Just buy more than enough. Organic cotton threaded by hand. Yet, exactly. We got people working in a sweatshop now. Oh my God! Stop. No. The logo's gone. Hey Nick, the shirt was great, but the first time I washed it, I couldn't tell between my white T-shirt and my white TTE shirt. I don't know where the logo went, dude. I think it went on my socks. Oh my God. God bless you, John. Wow. Let's let him take care of business.
Yeah, want me to send you some Dayquil, brother?
Yo, anyone need Dayquil? Bro, I brought it out to the golf course yesterday. Nobody wanted. I was like, damn.
Dang.
I was like, come on, boys. No one wants to participate. How you doing, shirt? Yeah,
Thank you for saying that.
You're welcome. We're gonna get yeah, they're gonna be nice. They're gonna be nice. We're gonna come through with the nice designs. Time to eat. It's gonna be sick. There is no red folder news again. Just this one here at 10 a.m. right here.
Just some Fed speaking. Just
Yeah,
watch what he
it's like a
says.
speech mainly. He's gonna testify. What's this? TTE blindfolds? Oh, yo, we're gonna. Hey, by the way, I think we have a high demand on getting TTE shiesty. What is it called? What is it? Shiesty?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get
Shiesties?
that.
We get some shiesties. Yeah, it'd be hilarious.
Shiesty.
It will help you stop being distracted with short form content. Focus, find your flow only with TTE. Yeah. TTE blindfolds coming soon, man. You gotta stay locked in. Stay locked in.
Shiesty, bro. Let's get that one.
bro. Because we legit are robbing the markets, bro.
It's a stick up.
We are.
It's
Trying
a,
to steal his bag
it's a
right
stick up.
now. I'm not trying to get caught here.
We're coming for it. We're coming for it.
Walking around the city with that.
Ever since
New York, bro.
Ever since COVID now, you can like go like into a bank and some dude just rolls up in a shiesty and you're like, "Hi, how are you? Can I help you?" Like meanwhile, like 6 years before that, you would be hitting the panic button on the bottom, like, what's going on here? Now you could just walk into a bank fully masked up. Hey, yeah, I just like to take my $6 out of my checking account. Sir, you only have $5. All right, let me get the 5.
Damn.
Let's go. All right, 5 minutes here on the closure. 5 minutes. Right back into the range we go. Crazy. Crazy. 15 told us everything we needed here. Made it so easy for us to stay out. TT Shiesties? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, everyone, I bet you all you guys will put your camera on then. If I say, yo, everyone rock shiesties, we probably have every Zoom camera on.
That'd be mad funny.
That'd be mad. It'd be mad.
Mad. It'd definitely be funny though.
It would be. It's like, are we really about to go do this heist, or I feel like I'm like in the town. The movie The Town. Fucking Thursdays. This is hilarious, actually. Take partials. When that 9:30 play presents itself.
No.
Yeah, that's great.
No, that'd be too funny.
That was back in the day. I used to be like, lock it in, chat. That was what everyone did. All right, we'll see about the news. We'll see about the news. So far, gold mainly trying to head down, but we got a nice pullback there at 9:30 and 9:45 here. So pretty interesting. We go back into the range now. 4-hour highs are right there. So right here above 62, or I'm sorry, 14.
No.
Bro, yesterday, couple crazy things happened. But bro, yesterday, I want you guys to imagine yourself driving on a golf cart and a completely open field in front of you with nobody around besides this yellow ball just rolling towards us. Bro, it was the crazy.
Yeah, I know.
We were driving up to the 18th hole and there was a ball rolling towards us with nobody around. Like as if somebody just hit a ball towards us, but no one there. It's legit unexplainable.
Yo, that's so funny, man.
Do you look at the ball? Do they have
Just
a
like
message or
random?
anything, a number or anything?
Did anyone come too?
Joe kept
A
the ball.
word?
Word? Like something?
No, bro, this was a wide open, like I'm talking wide open field. A random
But did it
ball
come,
just
like-
starts. Yo, it was fat. It was moving quickly, and it rolled right to us and stopped.
What a shot, bro.
Like what?
Bro, and
What a
where we were
freaking
driving, where we were driving to is the green. So it's like no one's gonna be shooting the green to the fairway, you know. So it's
Yeah,
super weird.
it was
and it was the last hole of the course.
It was coming from the green,
What?
bro.
It might be a message, bro.
It's
But
definitely
what?
something.
I don't know.
It was wild, dude. It was wild. Let me show you guys where. Like, okay, this
What'd
is
you
where
do?
it came
What'd you
from. I actually have Lexington pulled up here. This is literally where it came from. So the ball just was rolling right here. Like no one. Look at this. The ball was rolling from here. We came riding from here. We were driving this way, and the ball just rolled to us from over there.
No way.
Bro, it was the most I legit unexplainable. And even if somebody hit it from way out there in the green, bro, like, dude, it was
That's
and
some
it was
backspin right there.
it was nuts, bro. Like it was literally just it was coming from like here. It
Bro,
was
someone's
insane, dude. No one was around. No one was around, dude. It's a full,
that's
five. The green is 500 yards away.
Yeah, boy.
It was insane. I
Damn,
just
bro.
still do not know
What you
Wow.
guys do with it? You just
Joe kept it. We also I had one shot that landed right in front of an alligator. Like there was an alligator's
No
mouth.
way.
Like I've never had this happen before. Like alligator was like right here. This is his like nose. My ball dropped right there.
wait,
It was crazy.
That was crazy.
bro. I would have run off.
Nick said, "I'll take the drop."
I was like, can I get a little relief here? Just a little relief will be alright.
Buddies was like, nah.
Oh wow, look at this. Straight back
Go
down. we
pick it
go.
up or.
Oh damn, this is gonna close bearish below.
Interesting.
Wow.
Yo.
How long have I been playing golf? Probably like
And you got a
2 years.
15 resistance here.
I know. So we got a 4-hour closure. So we're still gonna need a closure below the range. You know what I'm saying? But now if this candle can pop up and make a high, right? We also have some little bit of news coming. So if we could make another attempt up there, that'll give the 4-hour candle a top wick, right? And then if this candle can close with any sort of rejection like this, it's game time. It's time to pull the shiesty down. Yeah, because another top wick here, and we should go. We should fill that wick to the left, and we should tap into 75.56 here today. So I'm still bearish. 4-hour did close bearish. We do have, look, this is exactly what we were calling for from the very beginning of the stream, right? Go back and watch my breakdown. We needed a support before we get the closure. All right, so now that we've got that, if this current candle has to move up here, because again, this move up will create our top wick for our 4-hour candle. So if that can move up, reject, and close below, that is exactly what we drew up when we got here at 8:15 or 8:30 today. So just takes time to come together. Takes time. Well, let's see if we can get a pop on this candle. That'll give us our 4-hour top wick, and then the closure below re-breaks that current 4-hour low, and that should do it there for us. Yeah, there's a little news. Hopefully that news can kind of pop up here. You got alligators on the golf course? Yes, we do. We do, actually.
That's kind of insane.
I think we've seen two of them yesterday.
Bro, like right around the house too. We walked around the lake and we saw like 3 alligators.
Oh yeah. There's a couple. Bro, where I used to live, there was one at my front door.
No way,
Yeah.
bro. Nah, I remember
Yeah.
you said that actually.
Yeah, I was sleeping, but Anna was like, "What the heck is going on?" She went outside. She looked outside the door. All she sees is like this alligator's tail just like knocking on, like whacking our door. And then I guess somebody else had seen it. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yo.
It was wild. Yeah. She said I guess other people seen it too, so they called like whoever needed to be called. She's like, "Yeah, some dude just came, threw this gator over his shoulders and just bounced with it. Just left." I was like, "Oh, damn, that's crazy." That's the gator guy right there. That's the gator boy. Aliens hitting a couple rounds? Yeah, maybe some aliens were playing golf. Maybe that was John's ball from last week. It was a message.
Right?
Could have been. It's funny because yeah, it could have been. Who knows? Bigfoot threw it. Yeah. My dad. That's what me and Joe were thinking almost instantly. My dad does like to visit the golf courses, so you never know. A squirrel? Could have been a squirrel. Could have been anything. Could have been anything.
Squirrel bear? No. But it could have been anything, really.
Some homeless dude could have been in the woods. Yeah, that's true. Some homeless dude could have just been hanging out in the woods and was like, you know what? Let me mess with these guys real quick. Maybe they'll tell like 1,000 people tomorrow about it.
And they did.
And we did. Let's go, Leisker. Yup.
Yeah.
Once you see it, you can't unsee it, dude. Once you feel it, you can't unfeel it.
Yeah. Nice
Absolutely.
Ryan.
And then you realize, wow, look at my coworkers. They don't even know what's going on. They don't even know that there's all of this other stuff out there, right? It's just, yeah. It's a very sad scene.
It is. You kind of feel bad in a way.
Yeah, I love that. What a great realization. That's a life-changing epiphany right there.
Yeah.
It's too much to read all in one, but basically, like he, one of the guys here who's really been getting paid well recently in trading is like, you know, I went back to construction. It's been a real eye-opener. Like the money just isn't there. You know what I mean? Like even the best, even if you work your way up to the best of the best, once you see the life you could live, it's very hard to go back to that, in a way, settled for life. I mean, look, construction's great. If you love being a construction worker, amazing. I need roads to drive on. We need construction workers, right? But again, once you start to see the other side of how money is made differently, it's very tough. So, you know, he's also talking about, you know, he feels some people are just stuck in the clouds. They don't even know what's going on, right? They're just making them more hungry and whatnot. Yeah, and a lot of times you do get put back in those situations so you can see what's on the other end. You know, just in case you were thinking about quitting, here's what you will quit to. Here's the best it will be for you, right? So it's very difficult to go back and quit on your dreams. Man, I watched this story. It made me cry the other night. It was Ben Griffin. Ben Griffin, man, he's a golfer. He was winning and winning as a young kid. All of a sudden, it dried up. He couldn't even do it anymore. He couldn't play. He wasn't making money. The guy had to go back and work a job, man. Go back and work in some financial services as this ex-pro golfer. One of the guys who owned the company said, "Hey, dude, honestly, you're way too good to be working here. Way too good. I want to invest into you. I want to, help you pursue your goals." This guy came out of that and ended up winning a ton of like tournaments, even some major tournaments, ultimately ran up like 10, 15 million that very next year. So it's like, you can't go back, like he said, I'm too good. I've seen too much. I know what's out there for me to settle for this type of life, right? So a lot of times when you get brought back to those environments, you really begin to realize, you know what, it's time to go all in. It's my time. It's my calling. A lot of that happened for me early on, like long before I ever started trading. But when I was building other businesses, I would go back to where my boys would hang out. And I would just see that they're just hanging out and doing the same thing. Like I hadn't gone there for 4 months. And a whole 4 months, I go, man, I'm missing out on the boys, like, is this stuff, should I really be reading right now? Everyone's chilling, hanging out. And then I go back and I'm like, you know what? They're doing the same old stuff. They're talking about the same old things. And it's like, I'm not missing out on anything. I'm going to pursue my vision and pursue my dream and goals. And yeah, that's huge, man. So great job, Leisker. Let's turn up the Jets now, baby. Time to crank this thing up.
Literally, man. That's exactly how it is.
You got this, brother. Never give up.
Never quit.
Never.
You have a good life to live out there, but then you also have a great life. And for me, I was just never willing to settle for the good when I knew the great was available. So that was just my perspective coming up in the game. It's like, if I was to quit, what am I really going to quit to? Like, what else am I going to do outside of ultimately pursuing my vision and going after it? You know, there's really nothing better out there. It's like, ask yourself that question, you know, like if you quit, what are you quitting to?
What do you quit to?
Yeah, like what else is out there that's not going to be a pain in the ass and not going to be, you know, just mundane and have to, you know, put in the work. You're going to have to put in the work everywhere. So you might as well put the work in where you can get a really, really good ROI, like a skill set like trading.
Yep. That's why we say too, there really isn't any risk, right? The risk is just living the life you're currently living. So
Yeah, that's true.
You're going to live this life no matter what. So you might as well start to take some risk to have a better life on top of it eventually over time. Just makes sense.
Bro. Is it really a risk if what you're risking is just something you didn't even want anyway?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And look, the game, the journey is long and the game is tough. And if you have to go back to get some money, it's not that big of a deal. Just don't quit on your dreams and goals while you're doing it, right? You can, let's say you kind of run out of your window of opportunity. Like there was a couple times when I was coming up in the game, like I didn't have a job. I was just banking on some money that I had stacked up. But that money at times did run short. And I had no problem. I had a buddy who owned a company where he delivered car parts. And I had no problem calling buddy up and saying, hey, dude, like you think you got any work for me this week? And I go run up $600, right? And then get back to it, right? And get back to what I was doing. So if you're like in pursuit of this and, you know, you have a window of opportunity like I did, there's no shame in going back and getting some more money. I had to call this guy, you know, 6, 7, 8 times during my journey where I was running low on my money, my capital to learn trading or to practice trading. And I had to go, you know, deliver some car parts here and there, right? I put on some podcasts, make the best of it. But, you know, you got to do what you got to do in the game. So there's nothing wrong with going back to, work or something real quick to run up some money and, you know, don't get stuck there. You know, don't get stuck. The issue is what most people do is they don't do that. They go, okay, trading, I'll be back later, right? I said I'll be back later. I said I'm going to hustle up some money so I can continue trading now, right? But what a lot of people do is they go trading, I got to go work my job, I'll be back later. I'm going to run up some money and then come back. And then they completely stop trading. Right? So then what happens is they get back to the normal schedule of working this job. So, you know, 2 months goes by, 6 months goes by, 8 months goes by, 10 months goes by, 12 months go by. And then you finally think, oh man, I haven't really been trading much. Right? I haven't really been trading much. So don't let that happen to you. Right? Because that's where now you got to get all the way back in the game and learn from the very basics again. Right? It's nothing wrong with going back to get a job, hustling up some money, but stay consistent and persistent in your trading business. Don't put it on the back burner for later, because later tends to never happen. And then these months turn into years and 2 years and then 6 years and then 8 years and 10 years go by, and you think you're really going to get it together then, right? Most likely not. So at that point, you got a lot of responsibility and you can't go back to trading anymore, right? You got bills to pay and a family to care for. So you got to make your move now. Got to make it.
Another way to see it is, you know, just think about trading as your baby. You need to keep that baby alive, you know? So like you're going to have to feed it, meaning you're going to have to, you know, buy the food and buy all the things that the baby needs in order for the baby to grow. So don't take like, oh, I have to go and do this for work now. And it's an ego thing. Nah, just think about, I need to feed my baby. Your baby is this trading thing, right? So just go do what you gotta do, feed the baby. Yeah. Go do it again, feed the baby. Baby eventually is gonna grow. Once the baby grows, now you are, you know, like this is what you've been working on, growing this baby. So feed the baby.
Yep.
Think about it like that.
Really good point.
Love it.
Let's go, man.
Keep it living, you know? And keep your dream alive.
And what is that baby actually? It's your capital. You know, it's the capital that you trade with. So you got to protect it. And, you know, you got to build it. You got to protect it. You got to preserve it. But again, most people just gamble. So they don't care about the baby, right? It's like the baby needs to be looked out for, right? Your capital needs to be looked out for and only trusted with whatever profitable system you're using. That's me right now, delivery driving. Let's get it, Ben. Let's get it. You know what? You're doing the right thing, because while I was delivery driving, I was listening to Raja. When Raja was done, I was listening to Mark Douglas. When he was done, I was listening to another podcast, and I was literally programming and training my mind to be a winner, right? So there's nothing wrong with that. Well, I always got delivery jobs for the most part coming up in the game, because it always allowed me to listen to podcasts and do my thing, right, on the road. So that's a great, they don't pay that well, right? But again, you don't have the craziest commitment when you're out on the road. You can kind of, listen to what you want to listen to and kind of turn your work car into a university on wheels to learn whatever skill set it is. So that baby hungry. What up, Spidey? We were looking at your trading setup last night. We were looking at it.
So, Spidey?
Yeah, and if you don't, exactly. And if you don't like the term job, which I don't, then just use it as just call it like a secondary income, like another source of income, right? And just pretend that like you don't work for them, but they work for you, and they just hired you to do a service there. So regardless, you're going to need multiple sources of income in life, right? If you want to win really, really big. So, you're going to need multiple sources regardless. So nothing wrong with having a job and trading at the same time. Feels like you're going nowhere in the journey. Well, that has to, in a way, you can't keep going like that, so you got to really, really take a look at why are you not moving forward. And you got to ask yourself these questions. Again, they're the tough questions. It's nice to have a mentor to put the pressure on you for this, so you have to come up with an answer. But like, why are you not moving forward? That's the main question. If I was you, I'd be looking at that. Why am I not moving forward? What is it that I'm doing? Let me go look at the trades I win versus the trades I lose, right? If you're following this system or this playbook, then you got to go identify, are they playbook positions? Are they not playbook positions? The problem is most people take stupid trades and then never journal them. They never journal any of their trades. It's just being lazy, and it's either you're lazy or you're just not used to it yet, and you got to get used to it. Like me getting used to jotting down some notes after every single hole in golf. The first round, I stopped. Believe it or not, I didn't journal anything after hole 9 or something, right? Why? Because I was being lazy and I wasn't used to it yet. But then I journaled the next round and the next round, and then, basically now I got my journal. I got to check off my stuff. Same thing with trading. I would never journal. Right? I would never journal early on. I would take stupid trades and I would wonder, why am I not moving forward? Right? And the problem is I had no data to give me answers. Right? So if you don't have data, you don't have answers. So you're going to have that question over and over. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? And you're going to vaguely categorize it as, oh, I just overtrade, or oh, I just over risk, or oh, I just do this, right? But you got to be more interested in the answer than that, right? And you got to really look at the trades. The first thing first, if you're not journaling, start journaling them. Start journaling every trade you take, even the ones that you completely mess up and you don't want anyone to see and you're like, what the hell was that? That needs to be in the journal. That needs to be in the journal. So that way you can say, hey, look, that trade cost me X amount of dollars. This trade cost me X amount of dollars. And then you'll look and you'll go winners, right? Losers. And then you could do things like this. Was it a playbook? Yes. Was it a playbook? Yes. Was it a playbook? Yes. Was it a playbook? No, that was not a playbook. That one was good. No, wait, that one wasn't good. Yup, that was good. That was good. No, that one. Let me not do that again. I got away with that this time, right? No, this one wasn't a playbook. No, this one wasn't. And you will start to realize what's holding you back. And you'll say, hey, you know what? I got to stop taking these trades over here. Right? These trades are basically causing all my profits to leave the P&L. So if you simply made one tweak and didn't make mistakes and didn't take these trades anymore that are costing you 1, 2, 3, 4, and those trades were either winners or nothing at all, you would be profitable. Believe that's how you go from break even to profitable, or unprofitable to profitable. You just eliminate trades outside of the working system. Any trade that is a loser, notice how I didn't highlight the checked ones, because it's not a problem to take a loss on the actual system, right? Those losses are built into the system. The problem is these losses are not built into the system, and therefore you're never going to get the results that the system produces if you keep interfering and putting other trades in it. Does that make sense? So this right here is the process of awareness, because once you're aware, right, at that point you can now eliminate. And that's what I talk with the elite members all about all the time. It's like we need to become aware of what mistakes we're making, what's causing us drainage in our P&L, and then at that point when we're aware of it, we can now work towards eliminating it, right? So this is the way, my friend. But if you don't have data, right, then you have none of this. You need the data. You need to track every trade, right, and go through this process and really find out what's working, what's not. Because imagine you don't take these losses moving forward. Whole new trader. You're a whole new trader at that point. And what did you do? What did you do differently? Nothing, right? So again, I say it all the time. It's not about, people ask me, Nick, what did you do to make the switch? What did you do that caused you to become profitable? It's like, it wasn't what I did. It's what I stopped doing. It's what I don't do, right? Because I don't take these trades. I stopped taking these. I stopped taking these. I didn't learn anything new technically, right? I still knew my system the same way. I just got rid of the losses that were getting in the way of my system thriving. So that was it. And once you make that tweak, once you make that adjustment, you now don't have to recover those losses. So imagine now your P&L looks like that, where you got all those W's and maybe one loss, right? Then I can see you being profitable and having probability work in your favor. But if you're going to get in between and stick those other unnecessary losses in there, it's going to kill you. It's going to kill your P&L. Your baby will not survive, right? Your capital will not survive at that point. So you got to stop doing certain things, not start doing in most cases. Make sense? Data, baby. Data. You need it. Top Step broker? No, not yet. Not yet. I don't think they opened the broker yet. Top Step. Yeah. I deliver car parts too. Same reasoning. Hey, there you go. Hey, look, brother, I was literally in that seat not that long ago. Really not even knowing how to trade too well. So if you're in that seat, look, you could be in this seat at some point too down the road, and you can know the markets the way I do. It just takes a lot of tender love and care, a lot of just grit, right? And consistency with showing up every day and following that plan.
So true, man. Never judge a man by where he stands. You can always make it if you just do what's required. Yeah.
Yep. So you don't have to ask, hey Nick, what do I need to do? You probably need to stop doing that. That's most likely what it is. It's probably nothing else you need to do. Like Clubhouse members, like, okay, I probably taught them technicals for sure, right? I definitely, right? But I think the main thing I'm teaching them is what not to do and how to stay out of those low probability setups that ultimately just pick apart our profits, right? And dwindle them down to nothing. So yes, I'm teaching them what to look for and how to do it, but a lot of the mindset and the mentality is what keeps me profitable, again, which is being selective, being picky, drawing up a play, and only executing on the play that I drew up, right? So it's not easy to stay out of trades, but it's necessary. That was literally my biggest shift in trading. I love that. Same here. Same here. Big shift for me. Man said active traders. That's like, when did you start trading? How long did it take you to be profitable? About 3 years is where I started hitting some strides. So 2.5 years of just not making $1. And then roughly like two and a half, like I would say 2.5 years in, I found this type of trading system here. And then from there, it took me about another 6-7 months to really start to profit. But, you know, I also didn't have somebody on stream every day and kind of leading the way and guiding it and answering all the questions the way I answer the questions, right? Raja was there, but he wasn't answering the way I am answering and giving that full extent, that full explanation. So, you know, again, count your blessings, man, because you have such a golden opportunity in front of you with someone willing to teach you and show up every day and pour out and, you know, call good trades and show you which ones to get in and which ones to stay out of. Like, you have no idea how much of a head start that you have on me, right? I just had Raja to come on for a brief 45 minutes, call everyone stupid, and show us a trade, and that was it. That was it. That was the extent of the class that day, right? So, you know, you got to take advantage of what the opportunities ahead of you.
Savage, bro.
Yeah. And I was able to learn like that. I was able to learn a lot from Raja with that very, you know, with his style of teaching. But not everyone will, you know, not everyone will like put it all together on their own. So he said, for real. Yeah. I'm on year 7 of no profits. What should I do? Yeah, just basically what I just drew up. That's the very first thing to do. Very first thing to do. And if one of your biggest problems is not taking profits, you're holding too long, then really focus on what I teach about the base hits. Base hits win ball games. So where most people don't like to take profits, where I do, they go, he's taking profits already, right? And then what do you know? Price rejects from that exact area. And then all of a sudden you're taking stop loss, right? It's like, maybe he's onto something there, right? So I'll look over here at this stupid support, and you're like, nah, I can't. I mean, I'm getting in here, right? I can't close here. Why not? Why not? Why can't you guarantee yourself a paycheck today, right? Why do you have to hold till down there or down there? Like, what for what, right? So you got to really, you just got to really, like, tap in and understand that, you know, chip away, get green, move your stops to break even, and if you want that like really big trade, just let a runner attempt to do that for you, but close like 50 or 80% so you can walk away with some money for that idea, that patience, that discipline that it took to wait on that setup all session. That's it. That's it. You already know what you're doing wrong, right? So if you understand your problem, now you can come up with solutions. So the first thing you should do is start to understand why and where base hits get taken, and then look to do that in your own trading moving forward. All right, 4 hour. Will we get ready to go here? We got 3 minutes on the closure, so we'll see what happens here. Possible trade opportunity coming up. 30 looking great. This is exactly what we drew up at 8 a.m. this morning.
Spot on. Yep.
Let's go check it out. Let's go check it out.
Absolutely. Money here.
Sir.
Let's take a look. All right, here it is. We drew it. This was this morning. This was this morning. Yeah? Yeah?
Clean.
That looks pretty much like it.
Wick to fill?
Gotta
Range to
execute
fill?
here.
Top wick? Downtown? 4 hour melter? Maybe.
Oh, fire.
Maybe.
4 hour melt.
What are we looking at?
That guitar though.
All right, looking good. It's all about waiting. It's all about drawing it up and waiting. Mm-hmm.
Fire. Too deep. T.
The fear of holding trades and stuff to TP. Yeah, don't do that anymore. Yeah, take them profits, man. Take them profits. You deserve it. You know, if you're willing to sit here and be patient and disciplined and wait for the trade to set up and it hits like a partial TP area, you deserve to get paid there.
Yeah.
You deserve to take
There you go.
something, you know, something.
And how come we'll work? I don't understand too why some people will work 8 hours for $200, $100, whatever. But then as soon as $300 is up in their P&L, they don't take it in the trade. Right? Like that doesn't make any sense, right? Like
It doesn't.
if you were working your job, imagine making that right at your job. Like you would want to take that immediately.
Yep.
So that's what you have the opportunity to do, right?
Your boss threw $300 bills down right now and say, hey, you could take this and leave, or you could just stay the rest of the day till 5. What are you going to do?
Exactly.
You better take it
I
and
know,
leave.
I know some traders who put like cash on their desk, right? They put like 500 to 1,000.
I used to
really,
do that.
wherever your size is at, right? They put this amount, this size that they're at. They put 1,000 on their table, and when their trade is up a G, they're looking at that 1,000 like, all right, man, this is a lot of money here, right? Let me take it. So you got to really put into perspective as well, right?
Bro,
Like you're
for
getting
real,
paid
yeah.
to click buttons here.
Literally. Excuse me. It's looking good here. 1 minute.
It's crazy, too, because you want to know why a lot of people don't understand that concept of we get paid to click buttons? Is because they don't get paid. So they don't understand how real the idea of getting paid to click buttons actually is, because they never made any money, right? So once you really make money and you really pay things off with that money and you really use it, you will begin to realize how important it is to stay disciplined and to really take the money when it's available to you, especially if it's hitting your partial TP.
Yes. 100%.
But you know, if you've never felt the money, if you've never had it hit your account, if you've never done anything, then you don't really understand what it is that we're talking about here. So,
Yep.
ay. No closure. No closure.
Goldie.
All right, well, let's just take a sell anyway.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yes. All right, let's look at silver here.
For us.
Yep, Candle made that decision. Nothing we could do about it. Silver's still above here as well. Yeah, nothing. 1 hour doji too. Keep in mind the 1 hour candles have never closed below support either, so just keep that in mind here. Lots of downside rejection. Yeah, absolutely. No closure on the 1 hour too.
Yeah, but if you come down to the 4 hour support too, we could actually look for some buys coming back up too.
Yep.
There's like a 4 hour support there.
True. Right here.
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. Goldie. Give us some opportunity here in the New York session, eh? I guess we got an opportunity yesterday. We're on the board. But yeah, this is dangerous
London,
here.
nothing. New York, nothing. Yeah. Still searching on the board here today, though. And guess what? The best thing is I don't have to get on the board today. Like that's one of the best things about being a trader is I don't even have to take a trade today. Right? That's like freeing.
Yeah.
Very freeing in the mind when you think about that.
GC, I don't see GC closing below my live account.
It's like slightly below.
That's like a Joe Biden. Come on, man. That's like one of those like closures. Like, come on, man. Yeah, nah, that's not gonna cut it, especially with no top wick.
Here's another gem for you, chat. As a trader, when you're in doubt, stay out. Right? When you're iffy about the markets, when you're iffy about the setup, just stay out, right? Because guess what? Nothing bad can happen to you when you stay out of the markets. You just preserve your capital at that point. It's like Mark Douglas talks about the edge is either on or it's off, right? The lights in your room are either on or they're off, and that's how the edge should be.
Yep.
And the feeling you should have before entry should be a convincing feeling like, yo, I'm convinced, I know the lights are on, you know? Or I know the lights are off. And that's how you should feel before you get into a trade.
Yes. Great analogy. Yeah. Lights are on or
also
off.
Going back to what we were just talking about, I think it was last week. the psychology of winning is always about having that self-expectancy, the positive self-expectancy. So if you're looking for an opportunity and the opportunity is close enough, but it's not it, guess what? There's another opportunity, right? Now you gotta wait for maybe an hour candle closure, maybe the next 4 hour or whatever. Like there's always an opportunity if you see it that way. If you think, oh man, here it is, should I take it, should I not? Is not the right way to see it because you're not being expecting that this is what I'm looking for. You made a plan, and that's the plan that you're looking for in order for you to execute. So, if what you're looking for is not there, just keep that framework, positive expectancy. Okay, so this is not my opportunity. There's an opportunity coming. I gotta be ready for it. So it's just kind of like changing the page, always staying in the opportunity, and then it's gonna be a lot easier for you to execute when it shows up.
Yep, a lot easier. Way
Yeah.
easier. You guys see how easy it was? Like yesterday, I made about $3,500. It took me a whole month to make $3,500 as an employee back in the day. A whole month, right? So when you wait for the right opportunities, they just come effortlessly. It makes it so easy to make the money when the lights are actually on. But if you have to debate whether the lights are on or off, there's something wrong, right? There's clearly something wrong. You don't see it properly, so yeah. See ya. 4 hour doesn't have a top wick. The 4 hour top wick is good. 4 hour top wick is good. It's mainly the no closure below for me and no top wick on this current 30. Or at least very little one. But the 4 hour looks good. That's why if we had that closure, I would have certainly been interested there. But we should come back up here now. We should come on back up. Yeah, no top. Yeah, very little. Yep. Profits pilot, very little top wick too on the current candle. So even if it did close below, we probably wouldn't have been able to get in that. $400 is the average monthly salary in India. Wow. Imagine getting like a 50K like account and then, just making $400 in a trade or in a week. That's insane. That's wild. Sail now? Where are we sailing to, brother?
Hey, what's up, Arlene? Honestly, that's such a great question. I'm sure like these boys too may have a different perspective on it as well as me, but the way I like to control greed and just emotions in general is basically to follow a system that regulates my emotions for me, right? Follow a system that instills logical decision making. That's what worked for me. So
Systemize.
yeah, systems. So I have what helps me overcome emotions, having a system that instills logical decision making. And I'm sure that's what works for me. So I'm sure maybe these boys may have a different perspective on it, but
Nah, I mean, I'm all about systems too. You see how I live my life, so
oh yeah, bro.
I mean, again, I'm not that good. I'm really not. I'm just like you. I'm another just regular guy, right? So systems make me better. They make me look good. They make me perform good, right? They give me good results. It's not necessarily me that is so awesome. It's the fact that I cared enough about my future and my success to create systems that keep me in check physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, right? These are all systems that I put together. I got help from mentors and whatnot, but ultimately, like, it's the system itself that makes me who I am. It's not, anything else. So once I heard the idea of system and playbooks in trading, I immediately gravitated towards it because at that point in life, I already had so many systems going for me that I just knew, okay, if I follow this system here, I can do well. And it won't really matter how far I am into trading or how much I know. If I just follow the system, I'll, learn and earn at the same time, kind of. Boom.
There's a
But
chapter.
also, if you
Sorry,
think about, greed, it's something that you're feeling, right? You're feeling like you need more or you want more. So that's something that we keep talking about, becoming aware. What is the main driver of that emotion? Like you're feeling greedy because what is behind it, right? So once you understand that, you got to interrupt that pattern. It's a thing that's going to continue to run how you make decisions. So this is when you have the awareness, you identify it, You dissociate. We talked about, a little bit about this in the webinar this weekend, right? So now where you have all that level of awareness and you know what to do, now you plug it in into what the boys here are talking about, the systems, right? You have systems that is going to provide for you. Now you just got to separate the emotion that is actually getting on the way for you to not letting the system work. But you got to identify why that is in there, because your greed might be different than mine. It might be a belief system that you might have, right? So it is important for you to look at that, because I can tell you, you stop doing that, but the emotion will override everything, because it's a feeling, it's an emotion thing. The brain thinks and feels that it's real. So understand where it comes from and why. Once you do that, you interrupt it, get the systems in place, and just do it over and over.
Yep. Follow it. Just follow it.
Facts, bro. There was a whole chapter in the forex mindset talking about having a personal trading constitution, right? Rules that protect you from you, right? Rules that protect you from problems. And that's what we're talking about, right? Develop a system, develop a rules-based system that instills the right habits and the right decision-making into your performance. And that's one of the major keys to being a pro trader, right? Ask any pro trader out there, they'll say the same thing. Yeah, it was such a good chapter too on the forex mindset. If you read that book, you definitely know what chapter I'm talking about.
Definitely, bro. Systematic approach is the way.
Yes.
No doubt about
All
it.
day. All day. There's no guesswork.
Yeah.
There's zero guesswork.
It's going to be a lot easier for you to turn the page when you have a system in place like that. You just know, oh, this is not it. Turn the page. You just wait for the next one.
Facts.
Let's get it, Spidey. What's up, my man? We need that meetup for sure.
Spidey.
It's gonna happen, brother.
Spidey.
Let's see. If you were the 4-hour candle, if we look for the playbook setups in the beginning of it, yup, executing on it. If we're in the middle of the 4-hour candle, should we wait for a better support? Yeah, like if you're in the middle of the 4-hour candle, right, and it's bearish and it's been driving down, like there's nothing wrong with actually waiting on this candle to fluctuate, right? So a lot of times the candle will fluctuate, and when it does on the lower time frame, it's basically just price coming down, right, pulling back, making a resistance. And the 4-hour will look something like this, but now you're getting a brand new resistance on the lower time frame, right? So at that point, you're getting something like this, where price, pushed off, which created that wick. So a nice little move up, then a resistance. So that 4-hour candle is still bearish, right? Because if we have a goal to get that 4-hour candle down here, then likely if that 4-hour candle is just fluctuating at the moment and will continue to again break its low and continue driving down. So the reason it fluctuates like that is to give the lower time frame the market structure that it needs to continue moving bearish, right? Because once that resistance is formed, now that 4-hour candle has an opportunity to continue driving lower and start to go down again, right? Break its own low and push into its target. So we like taking those trades. We take them all the time. But yeah, that would be probably it. In the beginning, you want to wait for that upper wick and all that. Like this would have been great. Nice little wick here and a closure below, right? We would have been, obviously onto that. We knew like price could move down from this point. So that would have been the trade there. But yeah, this fluctuation on the 4-hour really just helps create lower time frame structure, so that way the the candles can do their thing. What's up, Green?
What's up, Green?
Greenery.
What's
My
up,
brother.
Greenery.
Boom, boom, boom. NQ. Let's take a look. Well, yeah, the market may be starting to absorb some of whatever they're talking about, the Fed and all that too. So, NQ. Dun, dun. Yeah, exactly. That's the beauty of the systems. Yup, they eliminate indecision and doubt and procrastination. Exactly. Yup. Yeah, most people end up failing due to like procrastination. They just always have a good idea but never act on it. When I was an entrepreneur physically and you had other sources of income before becoming profitable in trading, yeah, I did. Yeah, I did actually. That's kind of the money that I had saved up from some of the things that I did prior to getting into trading. Yeah. So, but eventually that money started running low, and that's when I would go work for my buddy and deliver parts and just try and, you know, raise up enough money for another one or two funded accounts, right? And just kept it moving. How did the three of us meet and get into the same career? Well, me and John are brothers, so we grew up in the same house together. So, you know, same mom, same dad. So that's how John and I met. Rafi came onto the stream very early on the scene, like probably like maybe 6 months after, maybe even less than 6 months after I actually started live streaming. And back then I did little one-on-ones, like if you needed some help and you needed an hour of my time, I would offer like a one-on-one to, you know, just help you coach you up on whatever questions that you had, like with trading. So Rafi actually came through there and we met, and we just connected basically right away. We were both athletes, both into baseball. He was really big into, obviously, as you guys know now, the whole like mental side of the game, of really the game of life, and I was very interested in that as well. And you know, we just started a bond from there and start to create our relationship. And over time, I asked him to join us on those webinars, and I just felt like he could add so much value to the table, and he was with it, right? I mean, you were like, yeah, anything I could do to help. And still today, anything he can do to help, he pops in and, you know, works with the team and whatnot. So yeah. And then Magnus came through the elite program. So Magnus had been on the stream for what, Magnus, like a year maybe?
Yeah, no, probably more, but like I wasn't really, you know, texting and all that in the
Yeah.
chat or anything.
Yeah.
Just like low-key.
Magnus was, you know, just out there watching the stream every day and trying to get better as a person, as a trader, and then eventually came through the elite program. And him and I started mentoring him one-on-one and got to know him a lot as well, and started coaching him up too. And that's how we, you know, became friends also. And now we've all physically met up, and we've all hung out at my house together, and we've all, you know, just broke bread together and ate dinners together, and it's been
bro.
phenomenal.
Bro, how sick is that? Yeah.
Yeah, man. it's
Yo, I can't do. I just realized that. Like, damn, we spent New Year's together.
Spent New Year's, Magnus is at my house on Christmas this year, you know?
Oh yeah, on Christmas is right. Yeah.
Yeah. So we actually ended up becoming really, really good friends and
Insane, man.
starting a great relationship. And, you know, we're all like so focused on helping others win. And that's mainly what we have in common here. And, you know, again, just to be able to work with these guys one-on-one, and I know what they bring to the table. So it's pretty cool.
We're grateful, deeply grateful to be a part of this, bro. I just wanted to say that.
Yes, sir.
So grateful
Absolutely, Sam.
to be here with you from the beginning and seeing all of this and seeing how many lives we're changing. That's a blessing.
Yes.
Nowhere else I'd rather be right now.
Yeah.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah, the best is yet to come.
Yes, sir. First time on the
yes, man.
channel. Let's get it, from Thailand. Let's go. Welcome.
Let's get it,
Welcome, my
man.
friend. We got a blader on Goldie. Bye-bye. We're back into the daily range now. So remember we talked about this daily candle. As long as we can close back in the range today, tomorrow we should set up for a nice wick fill and all that good stuff. But damn, that was our move. That's the one we wanted. That's the one we wanted. Just no closure. Really no top wick too. You know, you didn't really have much of a top wick there. So let's get it. Let's get it. Yes,
All right,
sir.
tea time.
Tea time. Tea time Tuesday.
Damn, bro.
Tea time.
Yo.
Yo.
Damn, Joe just texted us. Are we golfing today or what?
Tell him I don't know. Tell him text Anna or
Yeah,
something.
I'll be like, bro, we did it. That's
Be like, I don't make the rules over here.
Text.
Hey, Anna, I forgot something at the golf course. I can't really find it in the house.
I'm gonna need Nick to get over there and Help me
and
out.
look for it. And I think we dropped it on the green somewhere. We just need
It
to
was somewhere
really
between
look for
hole
it.
1 and 18. We just it's somewhere there. But we'll probably have to just cover all of them and just check it out. Yeah. Yeah, that actually sounds pretty valid. I'm gonna have to go in there and talk to her about that. All right, K Sourcing. Have a great day. Yep. See you later. See you in Asian or London.
Yes, sir. See you then. Yo, the Big M, great questions, bro. You know, with the positive self-talk thing, I really think anything works. Anything that programs your mind to live your desired reality is what you should do. You know, because everyone's gonna have a little bit of different positive self-talk. So what programs your mind to live your desired reality? Those are the affirmations you should speak. And daily too, right? Make it a non-negotiable. Like, follow it religiously, like your life depends on it, you know, because it does in a way, you know.
Remember, a lot of people speak what they do have that they don't want. You need to speak what you don't have that you do want. Right? God said, look at my people. I gave them the tongue, the creative force, and they talk about all the things that they do have that they don't want, yet they never talk about the things that they don't have that they do want.
Damn.
Ye of little faith. Ye of little faith. Yeah? It's crazy. It's crazy. So stop talking about your doubts. Stop talking about your bills on the refrigerator and the debt you got, and start talking about the debt-free life that's ahead of you and the bills that you get to pay. The opportunity that you get to say, guys, I got it. Don't worry about it. I'll throw down 100. Bam. Just, hey, bam. We crumple up a $100 bill, throw it out the waiter. Just think about abundance, man, and the things that you do want, not all the things that you don't want. It's just too many people fall for the enemy's trick, right? Kill, steal, destroy. The great deceiver.
That's fire there, right there, Andre. Yeah.
Yes. Good eyesight? You got good eyesight. I got great eyesight. The best. The very best. Do I only trade New York? No, we trade Asian too. Asian and London live. We do a little live trading. What a move downtown.
Damn, what a bleeder. Definitely done.
Boom, boom, boom. All right, I wait probably. Yeah, we'll see how the hour candle closes.
Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The Big M. You really do have to force it in a way, right? That's exactly what you have to do. You have to force it at the beginning because it's that constant repetition that's going to build the habit, right? And strengthen the muscle, the thinking muscle, right? So in the beginning, even myself, right before I was thinking positively more than negatively, I had to force myself to find positive in the negative. And by doing that, constant repetition, my positive thinking muscle grew and got stronger. And it was just natural, you know, more natural to think in that perspective rather than the alternate one. So yes, sir.
Yep.
Very good question.
On you hit TP here?
Yes, sir. TP
Full TP's hit on mine too. Yep.
Me and Nick both caught on the lives.
How come we're not in those trades? Which ones? Which trade? See you in Asian session, Sandman.
Peace, Sandman.
What's one
I love
thing
that question.
I
Like, how come
do?
we're not in that trade? It's like, how come you're not in that trade?
No, no, it's not that. It's what trade? Which one?
No, I'm talking about the person. But
No, I know, but I'm saying which trade. This exactly the setup you take. Okay, yeah. So are you talking about this one here? Yeah, no top wick and no closure below. Sells below here, closure. So you see how that candle never closed below? So that's pretty much it. one little thing like that, and actually two. These are two big things. No closure below, which we needed the closure, and then no top wick here. Not that I didn't know. It's not that I didn't know price would go down. It's not that I couldn't read it. You know, I couldn't see, like, understand it. I completely understand why we moved down. I was planning on taking that sell, but I have to listen to the candle. Candle closed above, and you let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Yep. Yep. So the pattern itself is 100% there, right? But if we remove the range, right, it looks good. But again, this candle also has no top wick. So that, regardless of either if this candle closed below anyway, I would have needed a steeper top wick. I would have got caught waiting on that top wick there. Yep. Yes, sir. Oh, it was closer on your broker. Yeah, if it closed below, then you know, you still had no top wick. You know, so yeah. So if it closed below, it's still the idea is incredible. I love the idea. I had the same idea, just the entry. You know, the entry would have been tough with no top wick there. Make sense? Yeah. Okay. Cool. 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 Cool.
Definitely, bro.
What's the difference you see in the last 6+ years of trading the market? Just really ranges have gotten bigger. To be honest, one of the things I really love is not much has changed. The markets continue to move the way they move. It doesn't matter if wars come in. It doesn't matter if Bitcoin's up, if it's down, if crypto's booming, not. This guy's the president. You know, little tiny things like volatility get a little bit, you know, stronger when somebody more active is, like, let's say in like a political leadership role. Like Trump likes to get very noisy. He's a big chatter, so he likes to chat it up, which ultimately helps the market move a bit. But other than that, just between Biden and like Trump, Biden was a little slower. Trump's a little bit more volatile. The ranges have really opened up this past year more than ever. You know, they were always right around like 30-40 pip ranges, and now they're, you know, sitting like 200 pip ranges, right? 250 here. So what used to be a 40 pip range right here is now 250 pips. So those are probably the bigger differences. Other than that, I'll be honest, everything seems to be the same. You know, nothing really changes that much on a candle by candle basis. So yeah. And like Raja, his famous quote, you know, he always said, like, if the markets do the same thing every day, then why should we do anything different? So I've just continued to plug away and do the same thing every day and just adjust, you know, when things get a little different, like those big ranges and stuff. Like, never did I ever trade on an MGC chart, but now I do, because the ranges are just so big. And, you know, I just roll with the punches, you know. So whatever happens, I kind of make my adjustment. And don't you guys notice there's always something happening? Always. There's always going to be something happening that can give you excuse on why you, for lack of better terms, suck at trading, right? So you got to just follow one simple system that works. If you can do that, you'll start to see such repetitiveness in the market that it's very difficult not to catch on to at that point, because truly the same things happen almost every single day. Almost every day. So not much has changed. Not much.
That's why we focus on pattern recognition more than anything, really, because it's the patterns that repeat themselves all, you know, statistically within these markets.
Yep.
So that's what we like to focus on.
You know, maybe some, like a swing trader or something, could give you like a better answer on things that have changed. But in terms of the main things that I focus on, which is candle closures, ranges, volume, and then higher time frame, lower time frame correlation, nothing has really changed at all. It still kind of remains the same. That's hilarious. Willing to wait for your move? Good job. Good job. Let's see. Here's a long one. Heavily not decided to go back, taking risk in single digits for me. Okay, just to follow the process. Look for the confidence. Okay. Yeah, I love that, bro. I love that. Yeah, you got to keep taking the right steps. It's all you can do is literally 1 foot in front of the other, you know, and just get better and get. And again, I'm going through this process again now with golf. I hate to keep hitting y'all with the golf thing, but like it's a little skill that I'm starting to get serious about wanting to be good at, and I'm a beginner. I'm a beginner again, you know, so I'm actually taking a lot of the things that I've learned and and teach you guys in trading on these new beginner steps and trying to apply that, you know, into golf. So again, it's just anything you do that's new and, you know, new to you is going to be difficult. You're going to have to take the, you know, 1 foot in front of the other, stay positive, right? Stay composed and, you know, just continue to get better and better. Yes, cup and handle. Yes, exactly.
Cup and handle. Too funny, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, later. Well, we got a couple seconds here. My goodness. So 4 hour has filled the wick here. We have just about tapped target. So the question is, do you go long, right? You have a bit of like this inverted move here, but I personally think that, you know, a bullish closure is going to be best. So something like this, you might break the highs, but I think the closure itself is probably going to be your best bet here. Yeah, to go long there. The inverted celery's there, but it's 11 a.m. and I don't know how much volume is coming in. Yeah.
Left.
Be careful, you're not just a 1 hour top wick or something.
Yeah, and you got this here too.
30 minutes, yeah.
That's 71. Yeah, not the best.
Yeah, we might have to wait for a couple closures here.
Yeah, man.
I think so.
No need to take a trade just because.
Nah. Yeah, so I think the best bet is simply waiting here. Even if you have to wait for this move right here would be probably best, right? So you don't take a buy on the next candle, because likely that's where everyone's looking to take a buy, right, when that bullish candle shows up. So let that one grab liquidity, and if you can like kind of stay here, right, then at that point now you can mark this zone off. And then this is probably what I'll do. I'll probably wait here for this setup, and if we get a new fresh closure, kind of like a range 2 breakout, that's when I will look to take the buys. Other than that, there's really no sells here. Price moved into my target, so I don't want to sell at my target. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I think we were looking for 55 there, and we've been tapped. So probably just buys from here until, or I should say, unless price, let's say price doesn't do this. So this would be best for buys. And then what would be best for our next selling opportunity? Right, the next selling opportunity would be something like this, where you can get price to pull back a little bit, break the highs, move up, maybe respect like one of these ranges here, you know, something like this. And then you may have like a, you know, a fade inverted celery, or if you want to wait on the actual resistance itself, you know, then you have this opportunity here. So that would be the next selling opportunity for me. The next buying opportunity would be exactly what I drew up, and that could probably take like 30 minutes or so. So that's pretty much it. Yeah. We like the sells. We like the move down. It did move down. So congratulations if you understood that move, and a bigger congrats if you had the discipline, right? Enough discipline to stay out of it, even though you had a good read on it, right? That's major discipline. That's major signs of moving into, you know, the professional and the profession of what it takes to be a profitable day trader. So congrats. Yeah. If discipline pays today, and again, that'll leave you with a full clip for your next trading session, or later on in this session to, you know, pull the trigger. All right.
Cool, bro. Nice plan. Same here.
Awesome.
All
Let's
right.
get a W session.
Yes, sir. W sesh. I'll see you guys tomorrow later on in Asian session, wherever you guys are, Clubhouse or YouTube. I'll see you guys in the very next session. Like the stream on the way out. Sub to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Johnny Gems.
Peace.
Rafi, Magnus.
Thank you for having us, brother.
Adios, boys. Hope
Adios.
y'all.
Great.
God bless you.
Yeah. Ooh, wait. All right, chat. Love you guys. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. If you guys have any questions, hit us up in the Discord. If not, I'll see y'all on the very next session. All right? Love y'all. Have a good day. Blessings, my friends.
You ain't paying for me, so you
Adios.
can't decline me. Can't go till the devil get behind me. Pray, throw it up. Can't throw enough. Break bread with my people, we gon' pull it up. If your price too high, you ain't been lowing up. If you ain't had a ooh wee, then you can't run with us. What's the word? Look alive, what's the business? Ooh wee. Can't believe God did it. Ooh wee. Lord forgive me, I was tripping. Ooh wee. Can't believe God did it. Ooh wee. Let me hear you if you still feel the vibe. Ooh wee. Let me hear you when God did his job. Ooh wee. Let me hear you when God on your side. Ooh wee. I was ooh wee. My respect for the feminine, it was minimal. God gave me another heart, it was clinical. If you sick, invite him in, he the mineral. Then he gave the family dollars, he the general. Pull up, jump out, show love, and get back in. Moving his wheel forward like I ain't got it back in. They told me think about myself and get that dough. Shh, don't put your foot in your mouth, that's tic-tac-toe. Fishing for souls on the gram, I throw the real out. Try to get rid of God and you gon' take the real out. How you put in so much work and leave the skill out? Demon got you in a sunken place, tell him get out. Looking at my sin like when the waiters bring the bill out. Can't tap dance around the truth cause it's a slow dance. Trying to get the point in your head, it ain't a so end. We let go and let God, but when we pray we hold hands. You hear me? Look alive, what's the business? Ooh wee. Can't believe God did it. Ooh wee. Lord forgive me, I was tripping. Ooh wee. Can't believe God did it. Ooh wee. Let me hear you if you still feel the vibe. Ooh wee. Let me hear you when God did his job. Ooh wee. Let me hear you when God on your side. Ooh wee. I was ooh wee. I've been thinking about the times I was tripping outside. Could've lost my mind, but you kept me. I just wanna say that I'ma stand on 10. Work hard, asking for mercy for the things I did. And I've been thinking about the climb to the top. How it really don't matter who gon' take my spot for real. And I just wanna say that I'ma give your props. Cause when it all fade away, you really all that I got for real. Look alive, what's the business? Ooh wee. Can't believe God did it. Ooh wee. Lord forgive me, I was tripping. Ooh wee. Can't believe God did it. Ooh wee. Let me hear you if you still feel alive. Ooh wee. Let me hear you when God did his job. Ooh wee. Let me hear you when God on your side. Ooh wee. I was ooh wee.
Legend, but the whip I got is foreign. Extraordinary, yeah, I feel like Alex Warren does. Please do not be calling me if it is not important. If I don't see no dollar signs there, then I'm ignoring them. Got a couple kids nowadays that I'm supporting. Turn it down 100,000, I wasn't bored enough. Yeah, I wasn't bored enough. I'd rather stay at home, just the four of us. Knock, 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 say hello to opportunity. Show them everything that I be doing, think it's doing me. Check, 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 everything I do is to a T. And only other corner hitting hardest in the USC. Oh, Irish in my blood and all that money keep on doubling. I ain't tried to ball cause I ain't really went for fumbling. Made a couple M's, went gold, now I'm loving it. Drive through them all, can't stomach it. One time cause I had to prove it to myself. 2 times doing that for everybody else. 3 times just to put the trophy on the shelf. 4 times just because I couldn't, I ain't doing nothing else. Local legend, but the whip I got is foreign. Extraordinary, yeah, I feel like Alex Warren does. Please do not be calling me if it is not important. If I don't see no dollar signs there, then I'm ignoring them. Got a couple kids nowadays that I'm supporting. Turn it down 100,000, I wasn't bored enough. Yeah, I wasn't bored enough. I'd rather stay at home just to, nah, wait, second thought. Maybe take a trip down to Florida. Need to change of weather, Tennessee just wasn't warm enough. Son and everybody, they been eating out the formula. Everybody talking, but at least they ain't ignoring us. Ay, reservations for 20 at Coast Show. Like that iceberg, I'm tipping a boatload. Got incredible friends, yeah, they froze on. Taking hits on the one like I'm Soto. Catalog multiples of double digits. Staring at the number like it's double vision. That's what happens when you trust the vision. But keep it humble for the juxtaposition. I changed my life overnight with a couple decisions. Stay working like there's somebody who's coming to get it. And don't get caught up in the talking in the public opinion. Yeah, I had different functions cause I'm functioning different. Ay, 1 time cause I had to prove it to myself. 2 times doing that for everybody else. 3 times just to put the trophy on the shelf. 4 times just because I couldn't, I ain't doing nothing else. Ay, local legend, but the whip I got is foreign. Extraordinary, yeah, I feel like Alex Warren does. Please do not be calling me if it is not important. If I don't see no dollar signs there, then I'm ignoring them. Got a couple kids nowadays that I'm supporting. Turn it down 100,000, I wasn't bored enough. Yeah, I wasn't bored enough. I'd rather stay at home with the 4 of us.